Hey, what's going on, man? I'm just gonna talk about fame a little bit. Yeah, I just came from a panel from Rashawn, man. He had a great stream. Yeah, I was over at Kudas. I think he private his, but yeah, we're gonna talk about this. It's gonna be nonprofit. I'm gonna set it up. Hold on. Let me set this up. Let me set this up. Let me set this up. Yeah, I want to see who comes in the chat. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, and I'm gonna say this: can fame hurt you in the long run? Mercury retrograde, in a sense. Okay, talk about can it? How long would it last? For me, it can hurt you in the long run if you're successful and forget about the people you come with. It's just a question. This is a question stream, right? I feel like I'm glad I did this at 9, but I was on a panel. You know how excitement and you get your roles in and things like that. He said, "Could you ever be in open in a relationship?" Oh Lord, yeah, yeah. Melly Monaco's over there tripping. Let me see. Let me see. Rashawn's got 3 people. Okay. Let me see what's going on. Let me go over here. Let me go over here with the girl. Old girl that. Yeah, man. She be talking all that wild stuff. Yeah, she's got 104. Yeah, I remember subscribing when she had 40,000, 43,000. She's cute. Look at her showing her ass up. She lives here in Georgia. I said, she's Ethiopian. No, she's mixed with French. Then she has Caribbean in her. All these Caribbean chicks are cute. But let me like get off that. But yeah, let's go with the stream. What we call it? We call it okay. Is fame everything or in general? That's what I mean in the question. To me, it's not in general, but what you have is it's worth it in some cases. But I think it's not really that worth it to me, because some people they take fame extremely, but sometimes a lot of people don't like fame or in general, most people don't. They don't want to get that successful and they don't want to move forward and things like that. But it's all good, Like I have no problems with any individual and things like that, and I'm just like, yeah, you know what I mean? Because I don't really worry about things like that, you know. Like I ain't trying to be famous on here. This is just a site that I'm recognized. I'm a user on YouTube and the Google algorithm and things like that. But yeah, if you try to be successful, be like your boy, the mysterious the purple pill god, the KSer, the sir. But you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't worried about it. But yeah, is fame everything or in general? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole point because I'm not worried about what's going on. Like, but this is one of those things that I notice in these not just spaces, but also on YouTube. Like a lot of people just love fame, but it's a question. Do they like fame or not? Some people do, some people don't. But for me, I don't really care for it. I ain't trying to be this big music guy and try to be this ultra entertainer. But the thing is for me, I'm just here, man. Like I just do me. Um I do understand that most people don't come in, but I may open up later. I may go for an hour on this one, but yeah, fame is a whole nother topic, but it's the current topic right now. And like, I ain't gonna go in depth, but this is my perspective. I don't think it's everything. Some people take it to heart, but now most people think it is too. It's like a two-way street, but it's hard when you try to take everybody with you. It's only a select few. That's when people love fame so much. For me, I don't really care for it. I just put my part in society and then I just lean towards the other way. But for me, I just look at it like this. I'm not worried about the next individual like that. I just try to help the next brother and just keep it going and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? I know this is a Thursday stream, but I will do a Friday night chill stream, just like open panel and things like that. That's tomorrow. But for now, I'm doing this. Is it everything? This is the topic. I'm just asking a question. If y'all want to put it in the chat, it's cool. And like the one person in the chat. But for me, yeah, man, like it ain't everything for me. Like I'm just doing my content and just being me. But at this point, help others, bring knowledge and things like that. But yeah, I having fun with this. But what I'm saying is like fame is like I would say it'd be like it's a big deal for most people that's trying to get up there. Like when I saw dude blew up, I remember when he had 300,000 in someone else's chat. Then he started growing and ignoring the dudes that couldn't stand him. When he finally got a million, I think it was like months ago. I think it was like in June, right? He finally got it. He finally got it. But once he got it, he had control over the situation. But that just shows you the power of, the numbers. But you don't have to have a lot of numbers to be famous, but it's that aura. And a lot of people, when they get a million subscribers, they forget about the people that support them, and then they replace them or whatever. And some people just stay and whatever. Found it interesting yesterday about fame. And my boy said, no one wants fame. I don't think it's necessarily true. They do want fame. They just don't want you to have fame. You know what I mean? Because fame is a whole nother a realm of what we talking about. Not just YouTube famous or the sector fame. It's the fame that you want to be recognized. A lot of people just don't want that. And they just want to get in here and just say, I don't want to be famous. You know what I'm saying? They just want to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Like they have to be a certain way. So yeah. You have to understand that a lot of people they just want to get into it and they just want to be on the next level. So you know how it goes. So you know what I mean? What she say? Oh, hey Queen. Interesting topic. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. 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 I'm just talking about fame in general. But yeah, I just came from a stream, but you know how it is. But yeah, fame to me is, you can be successful and have small fame, whatever. Most people ask me, is it everything? I don't think it's really everything, but you just got to build your own foundation and know where you fit in, right? Is it is it right? Yeah. Oh God. A lot of stuff coming out my ear. A lot of sinus. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, a lot of sinus bugs out of me. That's that haircut that I had. But yeah, I'm just working on me. Okay, what she say in the chat? Okay, I think more people than ever want to be famous, but the problem is they don't have talent, but not even the talent it takes to be famous for nothing. Exactly. I agree with that. And what she say? I know you're deep enough to understand what I mean. Exactly. Yeah, they don't have the talent. A lot of it's a lot of them like that. And a lot of people want fame. The ones that do have talent don't want the fame. It's very significant. And the reason I did this topic, it's a recent events I saw with the magazine thing. I don't really care for it. Long as the results I see from young boys getting the help that they need and people's pushing to work out a system in the future, I'm in full support. It's a bigger picture. It's bigger than all of us. But yeah, try to be more productive what I'm doing. So yeah, that's the whole goal. And especially with these channels, you help kids to be productive, send a positive message. But the lockdown is a whole nother beast. We will do the work. Um, yeah, but the fame part is pretty tricky. If I have talent, if I do have talent, I don't want all that fame, but I know how to handle myself. But most people that say they have talent and they want the fame, they really don't have talent the most all to be themselves. They're just like bots. Like I said about in my recent streams, I did streams on evergreen versus stagnation content. Evergreen content is evergreen content. I started out with no microphone. Am I correct? And I started out with regular small headphones. They were heydays. I think at Target they cost like $10. It was $9.99 each when I was buying them. Right. Then I started with the the J Labs, right? And then I got this Quadcast and plug in my J Labs in them, but I don't get different headphones for this microphone. That's probably what it is. But yeah, it's a little small upgrade for my audio. And some people want you to refresh, and when someone comes on the panel, that's what I'm gonna start doing. I think I'm gonna start doing it more often. But I appreciate it. I appreciate people coming through. But that last stream the other day, was it yesterday or was it the day before yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I gotta check on my channel. What was that? Was that yesterday or day before yesterday? Got that sinus bug in my ear. Yeah. Clean my guts out and all that shit. Yeah, man, cause my ears was all tore up, boy. Yeah, man. And she said exactly. That's why I like smaller channels. There's a lot of talent there. Yeah, it is. It's very a lot of talent. And sometimes I was looking at it earlier. I'm gonna probably put this in the community tab. Yeah, man. Like that's the thing. I ain't trying to be super famous, but I have a little talent there and there. But I've done this type of broadcast before, but I'm just in the broadcasting and be like that, just stick with it and you have the talent, Yeah, I can be a little funny at times, but yeah, man, it's worth the feel. But I'm not worried about the views, but they're coming. But I'm glad I'm making content again. Because I used to pre-record and do things like that, but I've learned a lot about myself who I have on panels. Yeah, I'm more structured for one. And I discussed this morning on the third shift after party, and I was like, man, this is fun. And even doing it for 5 hours is definitely fun, But once you have that microphone, man, yeah, the audio thing is good, and I know how to control it. My settings is right. Hold on, my settings is right. Hold on, let's see what my settings look like. Look at my audio. Oh, they put it on default. Oh shit, no wonder. Yeah, put it on the hypercast. Yeah, yeah. Let's put it up right there. Yeah, great, man. It's on default. Yeah. hmm She said, too many black content creators put themselves in a box of the black only audience. It can work, and it does, but a lot of y'all have content that appeals to diverse backgrounds. Yes, I'm the most diverse channels that you will ever see in this YouTube space. And the reason being, I'm more selective. um you ain't gonna see a lot of black folks coming in here. I mean, you do in the chat, in the sphere, but outside of it, my content is very diverse. I have diverse subscribers from black, white, brown, whatever, overseas. I'm more diverse. They check out my channel. My channel is somewhat of a gem to most people, so I'm more selective in who I got. But I ain't got the big numbers yet. I'm good because I don't have enough subscribers to get to that level yet. But if I am, that's cool. But it depends on, a lot of people say you got to go get on panels and stuff like that. 9 out of 10, panels may be great, but 9 out of 10 is usually the chat room. Panels don't do that. It's the chat room. If the chat room messes with you, you control the chat. Panels is rare to get someone subscribed to you, and that's a whole nother ball game. It can help you in the long run, but it doesn't help you sustain what a society is. So you can do that, and that's also can get you some very. And yeah, oh, I know you do, but yeah, I have different people on, and I told this to the general. I said, yeah, I had 2 females on once. I'm not one of these other dudes like that. If they speak their mind, it's cool. But yeah, shouts out to Rashawn, man. Like, he had a good stream today. He went 4 hours, and the boy's doing great. Share the stuff on my community tab. Like, let's get him up to 100 or more. He'll get all the support, and I think he's gonna do a stream Saturday. I'll be on there longer, you know. But tomorrow I have a Friday night chill. Now tonight's gonna be the same thing, but I'm not gonna stay much longer. I'll probably do like 3 hours and just be, take a dip. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll get some shut eye or whatever. I ain't gonna stay on too long, but because I just got off a panel with Rashawn because I know people ain't gonna be over here, but we'll see how much longer they'll take. You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciate the build up. You know, I've been on two panels. I'm doing one. I mean, I do them in the stream, but I don't know if I'm gonna do a panel. I'm just gonna talk. But you know what I'm saying? I don't see how long this will go. But you know what I'm saying? It's okay. We're 15 minutes in, but I don't even worry about the clock like that. But yeah. But yeah, man, it's pretty cool, you know. Appreciate people coming through, sliding through, but you know, they just do their thing and yeah. Yeah, panels or something else. Yeah. What's good? What's going on, G salute. But yeah. Yeah, panels can be crazy and things like that. You know, a lot of people do a lot of them. And it's like fast food, like my man said, Kuda. It's very fast food. You know, Platinum is chilling right now. He's on vacation and you know, he's taking a rest, man. He had to. And he needed it. He needed it. Get away from these niggas. He'll be doing streams like that. But that situation with the magazine, I'm not even worried about that shit. I just want the boys to be good. It's a success right now. A lot of people trying to say it ain't gonna be successful. Get out of here. The niggas is mad because of one person. You know, I ain't even mentioned the hate. And there's no hate in my way. We good over here. He's always welcome in the chat, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that I think that was a yesterday stream. Hold on. Let me talk about the open topic. That got the most views. I think that was yesterday. It was 5 hours, right? Okay. 5 hours. That was one day ago. That was yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday. It was one day ago. Today's the 5th. Yesterday was the 4th, right? Yeah, I did that. Um yeah, quality signs is one day ago. That's like the well actually it's 2 days ago. Drama at the Coliseum, quality signs. I did that other night. Yeah, that was the other night. That was quality signs. It was 2 hours. The longest I did 5 hours is open topic. We was talking about that Lokes battle and things like that. You know, it's pretty cool. But to me, we're more efficient. I'm more efficient over here, and I'm doing my thing, so I'm not even worried. But yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. So, you know, I enjoy people coming through and things like that, getting to know me and things like that, you know, talking to people in the chat. It is kind of a nice blessing to the low that people support and do things like that. But yeah, I had some few heavy hitters and things like that. And it's just wild, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Some people doing splits and shit. Bro, wow. Yeah. I ain't even worried about it. Uh, get this off. Let me look at Melly Monaco. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that 5 hour stream. That was a great conversation, but I might put that in the watch later. Hold on for a minute. Cause I think could have private that stream that was on with Just DeAndre. Oh my god. I hope he didn't private it. Shit. Like I'm gonna save it in my watch. Like I'm gonna watch my own stream. Probably tomorrow, tonight, or whatever. You know, it's a good stream. Yeah, 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 yeah. But it's pretty cool. Like, you know, I want to hear how I sound. And then I'll look at the rest of the streams. Like, you know, I put it in my watch later. I'm probably gonna play that tomorrow how I sound to start off the conversation and what we was talking about and things like that and great conversation. And we just go in and things like that. And we have like a full panel and things like that. I want to talk about it. And then going in and bodying dudes and things like that. But yeah, man. I have these conversations, but that's just me. But it's 20 minutes in. Great, 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 great. People in and out. Yeah, because I know people is not streaming on Thursday. I usually stream Wednesdays, Mondays. Well, actually Sundays. Sundays is my days. That's when I get all the people in. But Friday streams is gonna be tough because a lot of people want to stream Friday. I ain't gonna pull the numbers as I pull, but that's okay. But I'm not tripping. But but if they get tired and if you don't see them streaming, they taking a break. Yeah, it's for a good reason. It's for a great reason, great purpose. But yeah, Rashawn's doing his thing. But if I did a midday week in 6 hours, yeah, that's great. She did the YouTube short. Yeah, she did a YouTube short. A lot of YouTube shorts. Yeah. Yeah, it's just me, but 7 hour streams, a re-upload. Yeah. Uh-oh. Rihanna is now officially a billionaire with Forbes, estimating her net worth at 1.7 billion. Oh, that's yeah, she done sold out to the top. We already know. Oh shit. She's a billionaire? Yeah, that's all that modeling and shit. Yeah, she's on that bullshit. I don't even care for Rihanna. I used to like her when she first came out. Once upon a time. I was young. Yeah, me, I'm kind of I'm not outdated. I'm one of those guys that I'm so traditional with my shit. But what I'm saying, like a little small upgrade for me. But yeah, like I said, they getting the mic. Yeah, I'm getting it. But most people they're too busy. Yeah, it's around 9. But see, you gotta remember I've been on the panel uh about 3 hours. I came on the 2 hour mark. No, like I'll say like 2 to 3 hours, yeah. It's about 3 hours before I did a stream because I was supposed to do a stream at 8 o'clock. A lot of people weren't gonna show up, but but the next one's gonna be at 8. I'm gonna start early, just get it out of the way and just knock it out of the ballpark. But yeah, for me, it's not even. I'm not even tripping. But I'll get better. But in time, I'll be that person. But yeah, fame, good old fame. Is it gonna be successful in the long run? Let's read the title. I'm gonna go back to the topic. Can fame hurt you in the long run? I'm gonna say Mercury retrograde, and I'm not even tripping, and I'm just gonna be me. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at it right now. So I'm not really surprised what's going on, and the people is tripping and things like that nature. Oh my god! Oh shit! I'm tired. I know people ain't going in because normally I'd be asleep after I took a shower. But you know what I'm saying? Like I took one. It's around 4 or 5. Took one late. You know what I'm saying? Got my little shoes on and things like that. Pop my bone in. Ugh, God, body. Oh my buddy. Do I love fame in the long run? Mercury retrograde. 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 I am a snob. Yeah, man. Like I'm not even tripping anymore at this point. If you get down or get lay down, you know what I mean? Just what I saw at Bernie Povich, man. Sheesh. How can y'all fuck with that show? I don't even like Bernie Povich. I just don't. Like, dude, he don't have any he feels. But that's the point of having content like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like I really have done enough to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing with me. Uh if you have it, if you have it, if you don't. Let's just take it here. But the thing is about me, I just try to be myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand that people do different things and different topics and things like that nature. But when you have people lying on you like that, it's just it gets ridiculous at this point, especially on the internet. But fame is fame. People gonna take it how they gonna take it. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of people just say, I'll try to be famous. Yeah, you try to be famous with a bunch of losers that they ain't got no life. They act like clay clay sexuals and things like that. Instagram is fucking wild. What's the name? Trapper Platinums Punzo. Oh god. Something done hit it. Oh god, something done hit it. Notifications. Oh god. Explore games. Blah blah blah. What's wrong with oh shit. Something going on? Something went on. Something wrong. Yeah, Instagram is falling apart. Yeah. A lot of people like them. Yeah, but the fame, yeah, it's crazy on the internet. Yeah, I know. You know what? I'm not gonna argue with that. Let's get up out of there. Let's get up out of there. Fuck Instagram. But yeah. Can fame hurt you in the long run? That's the question. It's a question stream, but y'all do your thing. But for me, yeah, it can. Depends on who you are. People try to do broadcast and podcasting thing, but it can hurt you in the long run if you know what you're doing. But the thing is with me, I just look at it like this. If you move things the right way, yeah, you can be famous and be decent with people. But a lot of dudes that try to be famous, they don't have pure talent. But the thing is, they want to be stagnant with it and not grow. I mean, they growing, but they grow the wrong way based off of talent. What I saw today over at the third shift, the after party, there was a silly interview by academics, right? He was setting those dudes up, and it was very the same. But some dudes need to get out of fantasy land. That street culture shit is bullshit. There is no such thing as a civilian. They try to tell you there's a civilian thing and all this other stuff. That does not exist. Everybody's fair game. In one area, you could say that in California and others, and then you go outside of that state that has these stupid fake street rules. It doesn't exist. I mean, the cops done hijacked everything, the essence of the street culture there is. Everybody's a sellout. I learned this 9 years ago dealing with niggas. You thought they were cool, but they'll sell you out like a $2 bill. But that's people in general trying to get ahead. And fame is one of them. And fame can be, a lot of people say good or bad, but 9 out of 10, they just want to be up on top. So I'm not even worried. A lot of people just want tension. They just want tension. They want tension to stay on and stay in. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even worried or bothered by that. So, yeah, when you have these type of conversations, you're building a foundation. So I'm not even tripping what's going on, like what's going on around me and things like that. Because 9 out of 10, I'm just gonna be me, right? I don't worry about the next man or the next person, and I just keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like I really don't give a fuck at this point. Like y'all can be yourselves and do what you like, and clown and shit test people and probe them and shit. Yeah, do that. But for me, I'm not that dude, man. I'm not somebody's Taylor monkey. I'm not that. I'm not somebody's Taylor monkey. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not one of those dudes. I'm not one of those dudes. Let me see something for a minute. There's a C charger. I'll be right back. I'm gonna be on mute. Hold on. Yeah, I'm back. Hmm. I had to see something for a minute. But yeah, I'm just like that's what you need to hear. But you got some people um just up in here and doing things like that. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. Because I have a computer and things like that. I can use a C charge and things like that nature. But yeah. Let me get this out the way. Oh shit. Yeah. I just gotta get this out the way. Yeah. Little reverb. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, get this thing out. Yeah. Fame is one of those things that you is mindful. I asked that question, like it's a question string. Do y'all think it's harmful in the long run or will be successful? I know people love it. I don't really care because I'm not one of those people that so obsessed with it that much. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at it for what it is. Because you got people gloat about it super times more than I do. But yeah, I'm asking that question in the stream, and what I'm trying to do is see where your minds is at. Because I know people don't care and care what I think, but I kind of care at this point. But you're gonna do your thing and do whatever. So yeah, is it Mercury Retrograde or whatever? But I'm just saying, like fame. What I saw this week, it's not as great as I've seen, but that guy should have did a one-on-one. But when you go on a panel full of fools that are anti this and that, it's retarded. That is not productive. I kind of just lost respect for Bernie Povich when he did to that doctor. The doctor was being cool and cordial, and these dudes just want to just be assholes and things like that. I don't care about all that. What about protection for young men? I'm tired of all this anti this and that. Like, are if you down, if you're not, know what I'm saying? I ain't with all that bullshit. Like, just say it. I don't say I'm pro this, pro that. No, you just fucking up content. You just not evergreen. Evergreen content matters. Beef content is bullshit. It lasts like 5 to 10 years, and people gonna get tired of that bullshit. And I'll be saying this 1,000 times. It does not work. I've seen this. I told Kuda that shit don't work. You gotta be careful who you have, because a lot of dudes they just fuck ups, and they stay being fuck ups. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm tired of all the fuck ups, man. Like we got to do better than this shit. You can't tell me that dudes ain't built like that. Like I'm tired of the bullshit. But I just want people to understand. Like I'm just asking, so do you love it or not? You know what I'm saying? Like that's just my observation. I'm not even pissed off or anything. I just want to know: can you build a foundation? Some people look at the colors and things like that, and they just get so geeked up. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even worried about certain things. But yeah, I know people enjoy my stuff, and I appreciate the person in the chat said that, or Queen or whatever. Yeah, it's good to hear. But I'm not even worried. Like I think that's the whole point, and that's just how I am. But when you get certain individuals, I'm just not worried about the same old topics. You get tired of the gender politics and the gender binary nonsense. It's so binary topics, and you get tired of. Yeah, I wish I can talk about the sapio concept or the sapiosexual thing, but to me, the sapio thing is kind of boring because most people don't like those conversations. I've noticed that since I seen it for myself, and it's ridiculous. Like I can't expect people to accept it, and that's just it with me. But yeah, I think I did two streams on that. It didn't get no play, but people just didn't want to hear it from me out of my mouth, and I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Like raw information and things like that. This is why I even have the numbers that I have. But it happens. Like we say, you're the next person to go live. You know what I'm saying? But fame is fame. Fame is fame. Do your thing. Fame is fame. Support. If you want to like and share, support. That's cool. I don't usually ask that, but if you want to, go ahead and share the video, share the stream, whatever. I'm just asking. This is a question to stream. Can it hurt you in the long run? Can you be successful with a family if you have a lot of fame? 9 out of 10, most people say no. Some will say yes. I'm just asking a question how y'all really feel. If y'all want to put it in the chat, cool. I'm just saying, like, is fame the only way to be successful? And we talk about this on the panel this morning, and how they got there, and he was talking about KS ignoring people, which he is. That's part of the trade. You gotta really get down with it and not worry about anybody else what they say about you. And that's the whole point of me saying that I'm not afraid of what's going on. And you got to build that foundation. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it depends on your character. Okay, what's going on, new? Yeah, that's so true. And she's, hey, queen. Okay, okay, okay. Hey, what's going on, sir? New subscriber. All right, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Welcome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a new subscriber. Who's that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Appreciate it, Damon. But yeah, you can stick around. But yeah. Can it hurt you in the long run? News says the character. Okay. What else? What else besides character? Because it he said it depends. I agree with that statement. And it also depends how you built as a person and learn to society. You know what I'm saying? And I think that can help you. But I think what it News said something about a mic the other streams ago. I said, yeah, you can have that iPod mic, you know. But I'm gonna tie it back to this. Yeah, fame can help you do extra things or whatever, But I know the family. Some people say yes, and most people say no. Most people say no to me about that. But it depends on what he said. Character, yeah, character is one big factor. Do you have the character to be that person? And it depends. He said depends on your character how you resolve things, and I have to totally agree with him. And that's the biggest things that people miss in character. But you have those things in place to see what's going on. But you know what I mean? Like I'm not even worried at this point. So I'm saying like I'm not even bothered by that logic. So yeah, man, I know people want YouTube fame and all that stuff. Me, I don't even care. I'm too nonchalant for my own good. Yeah. Yeah. And he said, let's read this. It's all tied into your character. Character is all in all. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely agree. That's part of it. and most of it is how you are built different, how you was raised, and a lot of that stuff. And he know exactly what I'm talking about. And a lot of times you just built your thing. But I'm just saying, for me, you can't worry about what's going on, and that's the thing about it. But yeah. And I'm just saying, like, you get into it, you just build your, your little craft and things like that. But yeah, I know this is not like a serious topic, but it's just like a question string. So I'm just saying, but I'm trying to go over at least like I'm gonna get past the 50 mark or whatever. So what I'm saying, I'll try on go over this time. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep talking. Yeah, fame is one of those things that you have to have a certain amount of time to build, to get your mind right and do your things on. So what I'm saying, like, you can be that dude and have that character, but your character has to be pure, whatever. That's what most people tell you. But the one thing I can say, um, you cannot stop what individuals want what to do. To me, if I get fame, if I ever inspired that when I was super young, yeah, it'd have been basketball, it'd been everything, because I'm over 6 feet. I would endure that. But the thing is how you built how to deal with people in general, especially in society. But I had a job that was better than that. I mean, it ain't the best job, but it was better than most jobs around at the time. And they changed it. And they changed it for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole point. And like you said, you got to be built different for the character. That's part of it. And Anger Man Standard uh helps certain dudes if they try and get famous or not. He's got a standard. It's a lot of people got their own standards. But what I've learned is fame valuable? Is fame valuable to the black man or things like that? I'm asking questions. Just fill me in. But fame is fame, right? I don't think we need it. I don't think we need it. I don't think we need it. But that's the whole point, and that's part of it. And you just got to deal with it as much as you can. But yeah, and that's part of it. And that's just the way that's the way it's going to be. But yeah, I'm not even worried at this point. So when you got people like that, you just trying to build that foundation. So what I'm saying, like, I'm not even worried about that at this point. Yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna hold on for a minute. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not even worried about it at this point. Like, fame is like one of those things. It's timeless, effortless for most people, but you get emotion. But people get so uptight when we talk about it for some reason, and they think they have all the answers. But I'm just here chilling, doing my thing, and talking to you guys, and talk about, is it a serious problem? But for me, I don't have that problem, and that's just what I'm saying. But you do your thing, and that's just what it is. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Choppy. Hold on. Yeah. Let me see if I'm choppy. Hold on. Yeah. A little stand. Let me give me a second. I'll turn this down. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. I'm still here, but yeah, but fame is one of those other things that people worry about so much. I'm not even tripping. but they can be successful. They move a little different and things like that. But for me, I just look at it like it's just an opportunity. Most people be opportunists when they get it, and I'm just like, are you really built for that? And like New said, it's character. So characters, I think, is one big thing. I think it's three things. The other thing is, are you able to have the pure talent to show your talents? So I'm saying, like, I've noticed, is it great for the long run? You know what I mean? Like, I'm worrying about people how they deal with this, but the magazine is just like a step up. But I think it's small fame, but if it was big fame, it'd be totally different in a society like that. And brothers just don't care about their health, and I understand why. I was in a great stream yesterday with Kendra, and it's a good thing that it's going on. But when you have a stream like that and they talk about the health problems, it's just like another. It's just like another thing. But you know how it is. And got certain individuals just tripping right now, and that's how they get down. And that's it. So, tripping. He said that nigga's eating. He said that nigga's eating. He eating on the pedal. He's eating on the string. That nigga crazy. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is fame really worth all that trouble? I'm asking y'all, but y'all can put it in the chat. Is it worth it? Most people say it is. Most people say no. Y'all tell me. I know people don't like certain individuals. And Dr. Trying says brand in the magazine, which is interesting. It's deep. And it's part of it. I think it's pretty cool that people talk about it so much. And that's just it. That's just it. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Let's see what's going on here. Cloud earbuds. Oh wow. Cost $40. Cloud buds. That costs like $200. Mm-hmm. Always. Oh, it's temporary out of stock. Okay. $50. 60. Nintendo Switch, Bluetooth. It's on the PC. Okay, keyboard, mouse pad, they got storage. Oh wow. It surrounds and all that. Oh shit. Yeah, you talk to this thing. Wow. It's crazy. 360 G, yeah, Surface. I'm just gonna stop looking at it for a while. It's off the dome topics, but yeah, it's 50 something. I'm gonna drop this. Hold on. Because I was on the stream earlier, so I'm gonna drop this if anyone come up. All right. Pin. Yeah, Queen's on the comments. New, yeah. You use the regulars. Oh, Damon's new. Yeah, new guy coming in. Appreciate you. But yeah, if y'all want to come up, that's cool. I pinned the link. If y'all want to ask some questions, whatever. But yeah, if anyone slide through, I'm still open. But yeah, fame is a very, very tricky question for most people. But do they want that success or not? That's just what it is. No, I'm not even worried. Academics, man. That dude's garbage. He'll never take over this damn space. Look at that. You're too stupid to do anything. He belongs on the net. We've been doing this shit for years. And on streams, arguing with people. He was having fun. I'm good. Yeah. And that's what happened. But for me, I'm just here maintaining my shit and stay on top of it. But yeah, fame is fame. I have my perspective of it. Everybody else does. But yeah, I'm not gonna end this or anything. I'm just saying, like, for me, I'm not even worried about it. So what's this going on? Look for more options. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm doing right now. Oh shit. Oh, hot charge. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah. Let me drink something. uh, chewing on shit. But yeah, turn it up a little bit. Yeah, but fame, it's a whole nother thing with me. But I'm really enjoying my little piece of equipment that I got. You know, this is just a little broadcast. But yeah. Ooh, excuse me. That's all I'm saying. It's a great question, and I think fame is need to be discussed. Um, People love it so much they just want to be ingrained into it. So in the long run, a lot of people say Mercury retrograde. That's the term they use in space or things like that. But yeah, it can set you back, character things like that. But I don't get into details of why people love it. I mean, it's just what it is. What it is. But they get it and they run with it. So a lot of people notice that things are changing. I think the space will be the same, but the ideologies is just going to be bundled up like it ain't nothing. Yeah, you know, yeah, they on the five. Yeah, it's only five in there. Yeah, but I got to do mines. But I could have stayed up there longer, but I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, man. Like I'm just not gonna entertain that. I might have a different audience, but yeah, see who's up here. But yeah, I'm doing this stream. I'm just doing this for me. I'm not even worried and see who pulls up and whatever. But yeah, all right, we in there. Yeah, I did an open topic. We was talking about the Lux battle and Dipset, and it's very related and things like that. And I'm not even worried and just coming in and whatever. And yeah, I'm not even surprised. Um, the outcome, and I think it was over at Kudas, and he was acting crazy. It was the Locks fans versus him, and he was trying to make fun. But I like both rappers. I like both rap groups, and it bring the different styles and tension. What's going on in these spheres and things like that. But the great thing about it is we discussed it for like almost like a third. I started out 10 a.m. and then it ended up like 5 hours. I ended around two something, and it was like a good chunk of 5 hours. It was fucking worth it. And just for me, everybody came through. Toya came on the panel for the first time, and I was a little choppy. But I may do a stream on it, whatever. I ain't gonna look at it 5 hours. I'm just gonna do pieces of it. It's a great conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I want to speed the time up. It's a long stream, but I might have to look at it myself. I have to look at it myself. I probably gonna have to look at that. I don't know if I'm gonna show it on here. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna watch it for myself. See how I sound. And if I like it, I like it. I'm keeping this thing and I'm just like, I'm gonna take care of it and get another one. And this is a great thing to deal with. You just gotta keep moving around and keep doing your thing and just build your confidence up and just keep doing it. But yeah, this is keeping me on fire right now. I could switch up and do self live streams all day, but this right here, this is where I get my thing in motion. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to do. So you got to be one of those people to be built for it. So yeah, the character comes in and people get tired and do things like that nature. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not even worried. There's a lot of new people coming in and things. Yeah. Can it be attainable? Let's see. Is fame everything or in general? Most people think it's everything. You know what I'm saying? Like most people think it's everything until they lose something. You know what I'm saying? Like most fame, they think it's everything until they lose something. And fame is just only a short amount of time. A lot of people love to be famous for decades upon decades until they get their craft to a certain level. Like we was talking about all types of raps over. I frequently go over the panel with, but a lot of people say they don't know music. Well, the people in the stands, yeah. But when it comes to actual music, doing music, he's one of the few that I know in the sphere that does it. But there's a handful of other guys do the same thing, but it's just not enough of those guys around. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people got that background in media. It works. And it's good to have our own media. And the magazine thing was just to piss people off. And that's what it was. So I'm not tripping off the damn thing. Let's help the young boys and do our thing or in the sphere. But but that's what they do. They say this guy's a better sphere dropout. But I don't even care. You niggas is whack for saying we're failures and all this other shit. I don't really care. But all I care is the results. Fame is a big, big, big deal to most people. To me, it's not a big deal. Is it everything, or is it tangible? Is it intangible in general? You know what I'm saying? Is it a bad thing that they don't care? It's about tangibles to certain people, but in real life and then somewhat of the real world, they want you to have tangible things to say. But tangibility and all that. But fame is it's like the biggest drug in the world. Why people want fame? They do it for the ulterior motives, and worry about the next person, things like that. And it's really uh a lot of promise here. But if I stick to me, I'll be great. But you know how that is. All right, what's going on, AB? Salute. Yeah. But I'm just asking a question. This is a question stream because I know Art's gonna stream tomorrow. Yeah, and I'm just gonna have a Friday chill. So oh, he doesn't come up. Hold on. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? As far as fame goes, I'll come to the conclusion if fame means I have to kiss these industry so-called industry leaders asses, I don't want fame. I don't even want it. They can have it.
Hmm.
Some of these
Okay.
companies, like what they're doing, like example, what they're doing to the baby now.
Right.
I'm like, what? I don't even. I heard a little bit of what he said. It didn't make any sense to me, but
Yeah. Yeah. Fame can be very tricky. Some people love it to death, but me, I just look at it like I'm just not gonna do all that. But fame it gets people. It's an addictive.
yeah,
A lot of people get stuck in one way, and next thing you know, the extra money. But I understand some people want some type of fame, but it just ain't for everybody. But the ones that
yeah,
want fame, you got to be built a certain way. I think New said it in the chat, and it was one of the greatest things that he said in the chat because that's exactly what you got to have. You got to be built for it and understand that. When I saw that whack 100 versus Shotty interview, it was really silly, but they both saying the same thing, but I would
hmm
say 6ix9ine is more protected than him because what he did, and I expected him to tell anyway. That's what Justiandre was saying, but Justiandre don't understand. The younger generation don't respect old rules. It doesn't exist. And Ty City's point, what he was trying to say is, you can't call him a civilian. Everybody gets hit. You know what I'm saying? To get famous or whatever, got to kiss people's ass, like you were saying. That's what I was asking. Can it hurt you in the long run? Do you want to sacrifice to get to the next level? So that's why I was doing this stream. It's like a little question. The
yeah,
recent events with the magazine, here. And I have no problem with it, but long as it
hmm
ain't detrimental to the young boys, like at the end, I don't really care for that magazine. Like that's cool. And I think AM broke it down. It's like he has nothing to do with that. That's separate. That's up. It's up to you. So
Yeah, they're gonna blame him anyway. Doesn't matter.
yeah, regardless, yeah, they'll blame the guy that's like a threat, but it really ain't. They ain't seen the big picture. But thank God for Kendra breaking it down. She said, "No, it's bigger than us." And they talking about those health problems. That goes into what I'm saying in this topic. Is it worth it? But they taking a risk. That's a great risk. It ain't a bad risk. I
Yeah.
mean, if it was a bad risk, fuck it. You know what I mean? You're just doing it for nothing.
Yeah, risk is always a part of it.
Yeah.
Case in point, I got that camera today.
Yeah.
Probably have to get another tripod, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I'm working on get one too. Eventually for self live streams and things like that. It's a lot of good cameras out there. I just ain't got the time, but I will eventually. Don't y'all worry. I'll do some different type of I say content with pre-records and figure out a way. And I think you can do it on here too in StreamYards. Just clip it and then put it out there as a premiere. That's gonna be easy.
Yeah, I actually use a couple of video editors. I'm paying for one, and I use an open source one. Using a Power Director, which is it's nice video editor. It has a bunch of pre-made animations, and plus you can tweak animations too.
Right.
You can either buy it outright, or you can get do a yearly subscription.
Yeah.
Which is like which is a certain amount a month. Then you you'll download extra transitions and stuff. You can actually make some transitions too. I haven't gotten into that yet, but I can get it. But I'm gonna try to get into that.
Yeah.
And other stuff. I use an open source version because there's certain file formats that it won't read, but I can read it with another video editor I got, where I can import 3D animation transparently into any of my videos using the old Apple using the old movie format.
Yeah. I think Keep It Techie answered you well with that Linux.
Yeah.
He was saying something about the magazine thing. I was like, I know he's cool with O'Shea, but still, I ain't even tripping. I know what he was talking about. I kind of step away when that conversation came. So, I had to do something. Yeah, I was on that panel long, but I think that stream is private or blocked. Yeah, I thought I was going to the after party last. No, Kuda's live stream, the after party. He had a stream, but I think it's blocked or private. For a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He ain't up there, so Yeah.
Well, it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, I think he was trying to protect it. I don't blame him. It was a good stream. It was camming up at the end, so I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, I think it's a big deal when people care about fame so much, and then the ones that don't, they're lucky, but if they ever get to that level, oh man, that's just that's a different ball.
Another monster.
Yeah. Unless you got to deal with it. Right. Yeah.
But it is what it is. I'm trying to focus on my content now.
Yeah.
Not worry about these other dudes that want to play around.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of people playing around. Yeah. I see that a lot going on, no matter which side it is, but you just gotta get better. I mean, the roast sector ain't been the same in years. I know Beasley's doing his thing against AM, and then I saw Gino, what did DS1 call him, Pino? I was like, oh Lord, still throwing shots.
Gino's still around? Okay.
Yeah, he's still around. I skywatched the whole stream, but it's a fun fact though. A lot of masculine mercenaries be sky watching Beasley. I hate to say that, but you know how it is. The space, YouTube, because who's watching who. And Angerman does the same thing. He just don't say nothing. That's how he gets his
Mm-hmm.
content. So, he don't try to respond, he ignore it. But if they say something outrageous and counter his point, that's basically what you do. Most people haven't
Yeah.
learned that. They said, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna talk shit and do my thing. No, just counter his points and then he'll hit the link and whatever. But most ain't ready for that. Now they try to do it over at Art New Style. They won't, because Art is very peculiar with certain people on the panel. So I get it.
Yeah.
Less is important.
They were trying to pretend Gino committed suicide. I was like, really? Come on, y'all.
Yeah, that's a lot. I timed someone out over at Kudas about that. That's ridiculous. I mean, I respect Gino and all. He's going through something. And DS1 left him alone. Angerman left him alone. It's just people.
Yeah.
But he's still the same, Gino. He's throwing shots as ever. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not much I can do about that. We got into it last time we were on the panel. I was like, look, I'm just not gonna be thinking about him like that. Either likes me or he doesn't. It is what it is.
Yeah. I kind of left him alone too. He's on his own. Same with what's his name, Jerome, right? I was like, yeah, this one of them guys can't stand him. Yeah, they can't stand him. He's a whole troll. And Shango, yeah, I had to cut him off months back. Yeah,
super Sam. I'm like,
yeah,
he be sipping hard in the chat room. I'm like, why is he sipping so hard? Good Lord. You think they're gonna come over they come over the next day? I mean, damn.
Yeah. I know he likes to troll and be silly, but damn, bro, like people get tired of you. After a while, you got to do something else.
Every time I see him, he's simping. I don't even say nothing to him. I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, he does that too.
He be sipping for wherever chicks on the panel, and I'm just like, why?
Mm-hmm.
What do you get out of that?
Shit, nothing really. Yeah, man, these dudes is kind of broken, but yeah, I'm not surprised where he's landed.
Where did he land?
Probably bouncing around in Trollvilles, but yeah, GMT, I think they put a cease and desist letter to him, but he's still around. He's still doing content, but told him back off of Angerman, and then Kutron say, hey, Angerman got something to do with it. I said, hell no, that's on GMT. I guess some other people got tired of him trolling. I mean, he's still gonna be back.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He ain't nothing happened.
I don't be paying attention to these people. Like I didn't even know Taz was still around.
Oh, he's been around. Last time he was around, he was over at Platinum's. He's cool with Platinum in Tie City because they go way back with Obsidian.
Okay.
The B1 days, the originals, and they had like a fallout. Yeah, but Taz, he's just a whole troll. I don't look at him as from the sphere. I just don't. I know he came from he's got a little rapping background or probably a conscious community, but I'm not tripping off of him though. Like he's trying to say he body everybody, then Angry Man. I'm just shaking my head. I don't know about the Angry Man. People in the chat, one of Angry Man supporters said, no, we don't know about that. They were laughing at him when he said that. Now, I give you them other guys, but not AM. Not what I heard.
Yeah.
Not what I heard. Yeah.
I don't really care anymore. Yeah. Funny story. I peeped when people found out that him and Nyla were married a while back because I used to listen to Nyla. And the way he came, the first time I heard Taz when he came in, I was like, wait a minute, is he messing with her? And it turned out to be true. I was like, well, okay. So when that came out, I was like, that's not a surprise. I wasn't shocked at all.
And I'm surprised that she has white children, like mixed children by white men. A lot of people try to say it ain't true, but she never addressed that. And it's sad. Yeah. And she's in her 50s.
I don't really care. I mean,
yeah,
that's her business. I don't, whether or not she a twirler or not, I don't really care.
Yeah. I was just pointing that out about her, like, and I think Red went in on her, like roasting. I said, "Oh damn!"
Who?
But Red Supreme, he went in on her, just joking on her.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like in her 50s. I said, wow. And, a lot of these 50-year-old women, they're funny. They're
Yeah.
funny as hell.
Valdez had the best joke about her though. I had to ask him off of YouTube one day, where did you get the term "shorty shit stay"?
Yeah.
That was so. I was like, damn.
Damn.
Not shorty shit stay. Like, he told me how he came up with that term. So he got off of some chick that he knew back in the day.
Right.
But I had to
Yeah.
ask him
And
that.
then,
Where did you get that term from, man? Damn.
yeah. Yeah. And Red, he said something about Taz. He called him a dirty, broke bum. I said, damn. Whew. And that was on his stream too. He had like 2 streams on just body dude. I'm like, this dude needs to give up, quit trolling. And the last time he cammed up, he had a goat mask over at Platinum. So I said, oh shit.
Uh-oh.
It was him. No, he had a microphone too. He had a goat mask and laughing. And I think Lexi said, he's scary with that goat mask. I said, yeah, you should be. But he's weird anyway. I don't even watch half of his content, but
I don't pay attention to Taz. I know he's still around. I just don't.
yeah. Oh, he's around. He'll be trolling over at Platinum's, be on panels, but see, Platinum's not live, so you won't see much. Only time he's mentioned it if you're roasting him. But he's gonna do like 8-hour live streams. He's around. He's around. He'll be in my algorithm and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. When you watch Master content, he'll be up there because he's got 8,000. I said, how many channels this nigga got?
Oh
wow. Yeah, he's crazy. Just like what's the Tassi said, the old saying, clips never die. Yeah, they don't die. They don't die. Yeah, somebody's clipping your shit. Somebody's clipping him. You know what I mean? I don't go to those wars that route. It's different levels of trolling, but golly, I just can't. I can't do that. I ain't got enough time and patience for that. I'd rather do it on panel in the chats, but not no fucking clips.
Like, they took it to a whole nother level. I didn't know as much as I can't stand Cookie. What I will give her credit for exposing all the dirty shit they do in the back chats.
Yeah.
I like, damn, I didn't know they were doing all that in the back chats, and people were telling me like, yeah, a lot of stuff goes on, a lot of crazy stuff goes on, sending each other nude pics and stuff, and which I would recommend to nobody because I've studied web security too long. If somebody breaks that encryption, it doesn't matter which site you're dealing with.
Oh yeah.
Somebody breaks that encryption, it doesn't matter. Your picture's being exposed.
Oh yeah. It's on.
Don't
forever.
believe me? Ask Jill Scott.
Yeah.
That was a nice rack, though. I'm just saying. that was a nice rack, but yeah, you got to watch doing that kind of stuff. Now I get it. Sometimes if you want to look at pictures of your girl, I don't care, but keep that stuff offline. Yeah, I'm indifferent. I don't like being in people's relationships like that. That's why I don't understand all these niggas going after Russell Wilson.
I'm like, that's ridiculous. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like who cares? Leave him alone.
Yeah, but you see it in the spaces. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, go ahead.
And what's driving me nuts is Sierra is probably not even the worst example. If we're going to talk about a pure hold, Sierra is not even close to the worst example. If we want to talk about what NFL players are married to, she ain't even close to the worst example. Why y'all worry about Sierra like that? My only guess is they want to be with Sierra, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah, that's that celebrities, and they love these hoes, man, in this space. And I said this on a 5-hour stream that afternoon, open topic. We was talking about LOX and Dipset, and it's the same women. Third Ward said it. I said it. I think Wacky said it. It's a lot of people said it. Pastor $40, aka Irv Gotti, he said it. And they love it. The same women they complain about, they want them. And, I think BGS said it. EA, Edward Anderson, like aka the Juggernaut. They've been wanting these same women for years, and it's ridiculous. Like, I see why Obsidian's quiet. Thank God. He didn't have to show his ass with that doctor. It's no need, and he's getting away from them niggas too. Good for him. But O'Shea, he just showed his hand. Like, good God, man. Like, y'all want to keep the same topics, but don't want to
Yeah,
build
when I
now.
talk about this drag, I don't want this drag. Trust and believe, I do
Yeah.
not want the drag.
Right,
I don't
right,
want them. Near, I don't even want them near me. I don't want to be in the vicinity of them.
right.
And I've been like that for years. I'm almost allergic to them.
Oh yeah.
I've had chicks try to come at me crazy in the store. I don't even yell at them. I just look at them, and then they get the message very slowly. Like, okay, I need to stop. I need to stop messing with that one. That ain't the one to
Mm-hmm.
mess with.
Right.
Yeah, one day I was coming out of McDonald's, and I kid you not, I had there were like 4 or 5 little boys. You know, they're teenage age, but you know,
Right.
they're
Right.
little boys to me now. Gonna come out behind me, and they acted like they were gonna surround me and jump me, and I just right before I got to my corridor, I just looked over my shoulder. I was like, really? And
Man.
all of them just backed up.
Yeah. They
I was
thought
like,
she was gonna shoot him. Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be careful nowadays. I mean, people got a peace, especially down here in Georgia. I'm like, you
Mm-hmm.
can't walk
I
up
know I was
on
gonna
people,
shoot them,
they
but
shoot you.
they were gonna get cut.
Yeah.
I'm just glad my
It's
car door wasn't open
crazy.
because I would pull that knife out and it would have been ugly.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Especially this pandemic so called, but it's gonna blow over next year. But I ain't worried
I
about
don't
winter
know.
and fall. Yeah. I don't know about winter and fall, but yeah, it's gonna be around next year, but I don't think it's gonna last that long because that strain is it's strong, but just don't be in big crowds. That's why I heard a lot of people say don't go to like big events, but people just better take the shot. I hope they don't just mandate and force people to go to work because they don't want to lose that money. People sitting in the house, they just not gonna do that. I know how Democrats work. You gotta actually do the work. They ain't gonna give it to you just for free. They say take your ass to work. It's crazy, you know.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they
they
don't
already
want to.
predicted
Yeah,
they're already predicting they're gonna lose the house. I'm like, okay.
yeah, and that's next year too. But I won't be surprised because Biden ain't gonna last another 4 years because he said he ain't gonna run again, and Kamala's not gonna win because there's other candidates that's a woman as well. You got three parties moving around thinking they equal, but they're not.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
Kamala has no shot. I want them to put Kamala up and then have Trump run. I'm like, okay. Like, you know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm like, okay, okay. When Kamala loses, don't y'all come to me. I
Uh
warned you. I told you. You should have put that hoe up there.
yeah.
And actually, her
Trump,
approval
Trump,
rating,
Trump.
she's like, she set the record for disapproval rating for vice presidents.
Mm-hmm.
Even Dan Quayle wasn't as unpopular as she was after the, misspelled potato.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious. They actually said Dick Cheney was more popular. I was like, how is that possible? It's like, how do you
Oh
get?
my
How do
God.
you?
Yeah.
That's bad. How do you?
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, she's falling off. Oh man.
But they
You
picked
just
her, and I tell people to this day, when they first got nominated, they came back to they won the election. Everybody was celebrating Kamala. I ain't seen a picture since then. I haven't heard a thing about Kamala on Facebook since then. I'm like, oh, okay. I even said it one day. Don't think I ain't noticed that y'all ain't been talking about Kamala, your girl Kamala, like that.
yeah.
But it is what it is, man. Let me get off. I got some other stuff I need to do.
All right, man.
Catch you later.
All right, peace. Yeah. Yeah, he answered the fame thing, but I was on the panel earlier, so it's like an hour. I'll go on another hour. I had to take my head to bed because I took a shower. But if anyone want to come up, the links in the chat. I've done pinned it. Let's see, because I know Ji is on. If y'all want to discuss, is fame gonna hurt you in the long run? But yeah, this is gonna be another good one. But tomorrow's gonna be better because it's gonna start at 8, and so I know people's moving around in the chat and going on Anger Man and things like that. But you know what I'm saying? Oh shit! Let me refresh. Hold on. Am I good? Hold on. Am I good? Yeah. All right. Hold on. Yeah, I'm back. But yeah, this is one of those things. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm in here. So yeah, he was talking about it earlier. Yeah, it's possibly in the fame. Yeah. Let me yeah. Let me check. All right. Yeah. All right. So yeah, what I was saying earlier in the stream, yeah, it could be important or it could be a detriment, but I'm just saying, asking y'all, it's one of those things. Oh God, in and out. Okay, let me get this thing under control. Yeah, but that's one of the things, it's part of it. Hold on. I'm here. Yeah, I had to readjust. You had to refresh my mic, but that happens. That happens. That's part of the game. But yeah, fame is one of them things you just have to build on and just build off and on. So I can go another hour because I don't have to spend a whole lot on it. So you know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all want to slide through, it's already pinned in the chat. If I put another one in, it's gonna be round two because I already know. Yeah, it's in the chat, but I pinned it as well, so y'all can hop on and things like that. But if y'all want to come up, if y'all want to come up, but yeah, I'm just talking about fame in general. But yeah, because I was pondering on this prior to the magazine and things like that. But when Oh Boy blew up, that's one of the worstest things to get blow up on, especially on social media. And you're popular, you're up there with the people with the millions. They got a lot of pull and a lot of fake fans. Uh, some in Chicago. So it was an interesting time. So at the time, I'm just here. A lot of people ain't gonna come up because they bouncing around. But yeah, man, like I don't know who. Yeah, want to do something. Who's not showing up in the chat, but we're gonna have to. I'll figure something out. I know people skywatch and things like that, but that's okay. I'll let them skywatch. But if I see some shit talking, we'll see. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to just let people do that. But if they do, I'm going to body them and roast them. Ain't going to have that. That's what they believe. The hell with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to be famous on this shit. This ain't even possible. It's only a handful that's gonna make it. But yeah, that's one of the questions. Can it hurt you in the long run? You know what I'm saying? Not even worried about anything, but thank God I have this microphone and decent headphones to go with it. I'm tired as hell too. Yeah, I've been on 2 pounds a day. Been on it for hours and hours. So you know what I'm saying? Like this is like hour and 30 something minutes. So we in here talking, but you know, it feels like it's 2 or 3 hours, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's you come and go. That's what we're here. But that's just part of the game. But people resting right now. I think I slept on panel here once. I was doing the uh but you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's one thing about fame and things like that. Yeah. But you know, whew, I'm getting kind of sleepy, but god damn. Yeah, man. With that last stream I had, shit, I had like 14 the box in the building. And then later, went back to normal. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's in the chat box, but it depends on the topic. I'm dancing with it. But tomorrow will be a Friday night chill. People ain't gonna slide through because I know Teapot's on and everything else. I don't know who's on. I don't know who y'all be watching. I don't be over there like that. Asking for weird shit. Yeah. Boy did 5 hours. Great. He did 5 hours like me. My requirement is 4, but the longest cut it short. Yeah. What's going on?
What's good? What's good, yo? What's popping, man?
Not much, just chilling. They still talking about the LOX and the Dipset thing. And I was trying to tell it over at Kudas over there. I said, man, your boy's lost. I know he's a Dipset lover. I mean, I like both groups. I told him about D Block. He better be glad that those two groups have guys beefing with each other. And me and my dad was talking about it. I was trying to tell him to watch it. And Jada's over, man. Like we said this on the live stream, like 5 hours around that morning time to the afternoon. That was a great stream. But they still can't get over it. Everybody kept saying over there, Dip said this, Dip said that. Yeah, it would make a difference. Lloyd Banks, he would body those dudes. Jada, they all know each other, but Jada just made the show more like a concert. It was, but still, you can't say Sheik's a fill-in. I said that on panel. I said, what the hell, y'all? Don't disrespect Sheik like that. He's not a fill-in. He is. I know he raps in DC,
Nah.
but still, he's being biased because of Cam. And he was basically somewhat trolling, but he was throwing shots. But everybody that was LX supported, I ain't seen so much LX fans, but he's from DC. You know how it is. And I'm like, dude, most people in the East Coast and some of the West Coast, like Jadakiss and LX and D Block,
Yes.
know that they know the history. If you are a true hip hop head, I hear it all the time, especially in the South. They fuck with those dudes, and they see a concert, they're gonna be screaming and do the same thing you do, jumping on the couch. I said, you be doing it too. So let's cut the BS. They internationally known and on past to you. Go ahead.
But listen. Like I said on your previous stream, anybody that know anything about hip hop would know that Dipset never had a fighting chance to beat the Locks. They never did. They never did. What's going on, Rashawn? What's up? They never did.
It's going on RPA.
They never did. So it's like, see, to tell you the truth, I've never was a fan of Dipset. I never liked them. They can't. They put that weirdo shit in style with the tight jeans and
yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I was a fan of Cameron.
Yeah, I like Cam
back in the late 90s. Cameron,
right.
But that's it.
But Jim, I like Jim because he's a little different. He was a hype man, but he turned to rapper. Now, Jewels is kind of weird to me. Now, he has some decent hits, but I wasn't all in all with. I wasn't all in all with Jewels. I mean, he's like my third, but he's like my least favorite too. Now, everybody else like 40 Cal, yes, Hell, they're nice, but when it comes to Jewels, nah. Now you could say he's a fill-in. I mean, he's decent, but he looked bad out there. I'm like, nah, it's a wash.
Now I'm gonna tell you how. Okay, one of the ways that Dipset was in a position. Okay, I'll say this: Dipset ended up reaping what they sowed, because they could have had possibly a fighting chance if in the past they never burnt bridges with a few rappers. One,
right,
Max B.
Another
one was what's that rapper from Queens that got shot and killed in 2008?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, man.
Damn, Max B. I think he's locked up.
Max B's locked up. And what's that guy they cut ties with? What's that other rapper?
I hope it ain't Freaky Zeke, is it?
No, not Freaky Zeke. No. It's another rapper that
I know he's
down
talking
with Dipset, and then they cut ties, and shortly after he got shot and killed.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot this guy's name. Damn, he's from Far Rockaway in Queens.
Right.
He got shot and killed in the projects that he came from. But damn, yeah. Okay, those two are some dope rappers, right?
Right.
And if Dipset never burnt bridges with them, well, I'll say specifically Jim Jones. If Jim Jones never burnt bridges with those two rappers would have, and if those two rappers was one of them still alive and Max B never went to jail, Dipset would have probably had a little bit more good hits within their catalog,
right,
to possibly have somewhat of a fighting chance.
Yeah, they did, and they lackluster. They went into, I think, Koch Records that held them back. In the beginning, they were decent. I got their first two albums. That's what made them great. But outside of that, they played their worst shit. I'm like, that's what hurt them. And I tried to tell Kuda, but you gotta understand, they burnt bridges with a lot of people. And I'm trying to explain to him, you used to be a rapper, now you're going to a DJ. You know the industry too, but Me and my father said this. Things change when corporations. I don't want to say that the Edomites run everything. Like Rick Rubin got dissed by, I hate to say, like Jay-Z and somebody else, and he was saying something about him and made him apologize because he said, I wrote for your ass and I got you in the door with the deal. He was saying that, yeah, you know how it is. And we had a conversation in the car about it. And I said, a lot of dudes don't understand they're popular overseas, but you can't be saying that stuff. And then it's a lot of burnt bridges. But see, Dame was going at Jay, and and Dipset just didn't really have that, that umph at the end. In the beginning they did. They inspired a lot of rappers. I hate to say that. And then the Locks too, they both exploded in the 21st century. But after that, the Locks still have that battle hungry mentality. And Jada didn't think he was ever going to rap again, but no, he still got it. Styles is the best. I like Styles more than I will say out of those three, but it's a tie between him and Jada because they complement each other. And Sheik is just a whole nother beast. I have to be fair to shit. Yeah. Sheik's good on the mixtapes. I'm not gonna lie. He's good.
Sheik, a few years ago, Sheik Luch had a mixtape with Ghostface Killer.
Right. I heard about that.
Mixtape. Yeah.
Damn
okay.
Straight.
I'm speaking about this rapper Stack Bundles. Now
Stack Bundles. Yeah, I remember Stack Bundles. Yeah, they burnt bridges with him. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
If Dipset never burnt bridges with Max B and Stack Bundles, Dipset would have probably had more good hits in their catalog to have a fighting chance to possibly beat the Locks, even though they probably wouldn't never beat them, but they would have had like a better chance than right now. Because but anyhow, at the end of the day, anybody know anything about hip hop? No. If you're going to have a quote unquote versus battle, and you put a verse from anybody from Dipset, have them go toe to toe with a verse from anybody from the Locks, Dipset will not have a fighting chance.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Lyrically, all three members of the Locks would smash anybody from Dipset.
Facts.
Yeah. The only thing with Dipset is, like I said in the last stream, is Dipset had a little bit more mainstream notoriety. Right? Because they had a lot of catchphrases. See, you remember those times, it was all about having a good beat and having a catchy hook. Right. That was their niche with Dipset. Bowling and all that. Bowling. Yeah, all that other bullshit. They was catchy and they had like a nice beat. They made a lot of songs that people in the clubs like, a lot of party hits, which gave them more mainstream notoriety. But talent-wise, they're not better than anybody from the Locks.
No. The only talent they had, the only talent, I hate to say this, is 40 Cal from the battle rap. That's it. Outside of that, it Cam 40. You could say Jim, because Jim improved for the most improved in 10 years. That's why, because Jim is fairly new. He did it for 10 years and he's close to Drake. That's the only reason, because he was a hype man and the DJ, and they showed him the skills and everything. Yeah, he wasn't really much. And he said himself, he will tell you it's Cam, 40 Cal, and Hell Rep. Those are the three I like the most. Like, if you listen to Family Ties on the original Diplomat Immunity, you know who was hard hitting. Everybody else was decent and mediocre. But Bugs and all them that Kuda mentioned, those guys are good. They're similar to I hate to say the Locks in a way. They're very similar. The difference is Jada lives that lifestyle. Styles with that lifestyle. That's what I think Angerman did a stream on the versus battle, and he said Cam is nothing but Flash. The entertainment mainstream. He said that on the stream, and everybody was shocked when he said it. But he said it's Flash. That's what he was saying. But he's saying Cam specifically. But what he was trying to say was Jada and all those guys do it for real because of the battle rap, the background, and it helped them. And they don't get as much play because the independent play overseas and things like that. Yeah, they had great hits. It just didn't get enough love because of Sheik and all that stuff. No, Sheik wasn't no feeling rap. I'm like, what the hell you talking about? I said that in the third show. I said he ain't no fucking feeling. That man is a beast, man. And I was laughing.
Of course he is. He ain't no feeling rapper.
AC.
When you hold on, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
See, the thing with DJ Kuda is that I question a lot of his knowledge in hip hop, because he'll say some shit that's off the wall, man.
Yeah.
I don't care if he was a rapper or what. Some of the shit that he said was off the wall. Talking about Sheik Uch was a feeling rapper. Man, please, man.
Yeah.
Anyhow, and not only that, the Locks grew up battle rapping.
Right.
The Locks, they grew up battle rapping in the street, okay, in the 1990s. You got to understand that when battle rapping was when battle rapping in the 1990s was like really, you had to really be on point.
Right.
Like nobody from Dipset, maybe Cameron, have any battle rapping experience. Only Cameron possibly had some battle rapping experience. So what I'm trying to say is that if you grew up battle rapping, that means that lyrically your skills had to be on point. So the Locks, whenever they made a song, they had that battle rapping mentality where their lyrics had to be on point. They was conditioned that way. So when you have a rapper that where you have a rapper or a group of rappers that for the most part never really had battle rapping experience, go toe to toe, have like a versus battle full of rappers that grew up battle rapping, you're not going to have a fighting chance.
Right. Right.
And anybody that know hip hop knew that the Locks was going to beat them. If
Yeah.
people thought that Dipset was going to win, they know nothing about hip hop. They know nothing.
Yeah.
They're just going by the flash pizzazz and the mainstream notoriety
Right.
and utilizing that to say that this is a better group. But go ahead,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. AC Star, I think he was in the chat and told Kuda the same thing the last time he was going for this. He was being a fan for him in the moment. And AC said the same thing he said, no, he said D block all day. He said locks all day in the chat. And everybody was getting up on Kuda about that because his boys lost, right? But what he was trying to say was like you saying the same thing. And I agree with all y'all saying it because he said they had enough catalog because see the last time he did a show he said they didn't have enough catalog. I had to disagree with him. I said no, they had catalog. So I'm like, stop it. I know the younger generation don't like the Locks because they come from somewhat the 90s and early 2000s, the way they
Right.
elevate the game, and Dipset kind of blew along with them because Cam came from Children of the Corn. That's all it is. But what people don't understand, Jada is still the best. Him, Lloyd, they up there. They in my top when it comes to ferocious freestyles. The way they did, they was in your face. If you watch Hollow Man and Enes, that's the type of battle rap that you saw. It was a combination of that in the early 2000s, and the 90s and the 80s was similar to that. But the 90s and the thousands was better because a lot of people that grew up in the 80s rap appreciated that type of style. They don't like this drill music from Chicago worldwide, and then we say F drill music, and it's going overseas to Brooklyn. UK drill.
Mhm.
And I think Kuda knows this too. He agreed with us on that. And I was like, yeah, you ought to know that. Of 9 out of 10, we get it that lyrics is not popular mainstream. They just want the singing from
Right.
Nelly and Drake. And, because he plays Drake Speaks sometimes. I tell him, I don't care for Drake. Now, he's got nice beats for parties, circus shit that I've heard. But outside of that, he has no talent. He bite off everybody's style like Jay-Z, but he admitted too, and we got Kuda admit this, that Jay-Z's a little overrated on some days, like certain albums, and we had like a great discussion. I think L. Nixon was saying, yeah, because he's from Jersey. He said, yeah, Jay's like that too, but I tell him this on the panel, he's all businessman. I don't see him as like the rapper in people's per se, but I respect his business acumen. And the only reason I say that, he's been trained, you know what I'm saying? He let other people kind of shine, but he does get competitive with you too. But to me, Jay's gonna be Jay. I don't big him up in my top 5. He's on a whole nother level. But Nas is just better. He's the only one that can imagine because they come from the same generation. So you know how that is. And then DMX, if he wasn't there, he would have done the same thing. It's only a handful. And even Jay tell you, his catalog is ridiculous too. But a lot of people like the blueprint, but they don't like his other stuff. People's iffy. And it's related to the topic to Locks and Dipset. They want to see who the Locks gonna face next. But the Locks is on tour. They just dropped the album. That's what AC Star was saying on the panel. They just dropped the album. You know what I mean? What's going on, Third Ward?
I mean, in regards to Jay-Z, the last great Jay-Z album was the Black Album. That's
Right.
it. Jay-Z only had a few albums that was great. His first album, Reasonable Doubt, was good.
Yeah.
His second album, In My Lifetime, Volume 1, was good. Afterwards, the album that basically broke him through the mainstream, Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, Volume 2, that was a great album. And afterwards the album that I just stated, the Black Album. That's really it.
That's really it.
Those are
Yeah.
only a few great albums Jay-Z had. Jay-Z didn't. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like I tell people this. I tell people this. I say this. Take Big Daddy Kane, put him in a pot, and you mix it with the Notorious B.I.G. and you mix it with Big L, mix them all together, and you got Jay-Z. Tell people that all the time.
Yeah,
Jay-Z
I said
styles a mixture of Big Daddy Kane, Biggie Smalls, and Big L. That's it.
I said the same thing on the his third shift. He privated because like the 6ix9ine and the whack 100 with academics. I didn't really care for that shit, but yeah. Third World Blueprint 1. Yeah. I was saying like this. Big Daddy Kane, and I said Big L. Now he admit this, that if Big L had nice, he would have been a good artist, but not the hits. Yeah, because people would have been biased. They would have picked Jay and things like that. But I still like Big L before Jay. Because you can't say that Big L would have been better. The only problem was if he wouldn't got killed, Jay wouldn't have been as big. I kind of disagree with him on that. I said, nah, that's a reach. Because Jay, he knows the guys would have bodied him. He just got lucky that everybody else shined and he blew up and led the mantle. But outside of that, he's more of a businessman like that. He was competing with Dame.
I'm not going to say he was lucky because when he came out with that his third album, Hard Knock Life Volume 2, that broke him to the mainstream, he did real good. He did real good. But but the thing is that he wouldn't have been such a dominant force in hip hop if people like Biggie Smalls, Tupac, Big L, and Big Pun were still alive. But he'd be up there, but he would not be such a dominant force if they were still alive. But he'd be up there though.
Yeah, he'd be up there. I give him that.
Yeah, he'd be up there. He would not be number one.
Nah, because
he'd be up
they
there.
love Biggie. I know they love Pac, but Big L, oh man, from Harlem. Oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, anybody just listen to the 7-minute freestyle by Big L and Jay-Z. Big L killed Jay-Z on every verse.
Yeah, I was trying to tell him that like Big L's that man. Jay, he got some memorable stuff, but Jay is timeless though. Just because he's timeless, that don't mean he's great. He learned that from a lot of guys like Big L and all this style. Jay-Z's like a remarkable genius on that level. I give him the business acumen of rap. I just don't see him as like the greatest battle rapper. I try to tell people, no, he's a businessman. He was competing with Dame. Quiet as kept, because I don't know if they weren't that close, but they was like competitors. They just had different ways of looking at money. Dame took the high road. He pieced it out with Eskino, like that's on YouTube. If you follow Eskino Vasquez's channel,
I know.
And from Philly, and he pieced it out with Beans, and Dame was cool with them guys. He loved Philly and some parts of New York because he's from Harlem. You know how Harlem gets down with Philly. And Jay messes with everybody around the U.S., because of the backing and, Def Jam, and Cam can't stand Jay. It's always this little stuff. And, the verses battle I like in the locks, that Ed made it more telling to me. So, you know how it is.
Yeah. Well, Third Ward said the two biggest Jay-Z albums that got slept on were In My Lifetime Volume 1. I agree with that. And American Gangster. I don't know. To me, the American Gangster, in my opinion, my personal opinion, the American Gangster album was it was so to me. It was so.
Oh, okay.
It was not the worst album, but it was not the worst of Jay-Z's albums, but it was not the best of Jay-Z albums. Not too good, not too bad. That's the way I looked at the American Gangster album. But I definitely agree when Third Ward said that In My Lifetime Volume 1 was slept on. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Hell, I'll tell you guys this. I tell a lot of people this. Now a lot of people speak about Jay-Z's first album, Reasonable Doubt, right? But Reasonable Doubt was slept on for years.
Oh yeah.
It was slept on for years. When it first came out in '96, it didn't sell that much. It
No,
got
it
slept
didn't.
on for years, and it was a great album. It wasn't until the early 2000s when Jay-Z came out with the first Blueprint album, he
Mhm.
started talking about Reasonable Doubt. In certain songs in that album, he started speaking about his experience recording Reasonable Doubt.
Right.
And from that from that end, people started listening to Reasonable Doubt and started recognizing how it was a hot album. It wasn't
Yeah.
until 5 or 6 years later, a lot of people started, acknowledging Reasonable Doubt as a classic album. But when it first came out, that shit was slept on.
You know why? Tupac.
Two,
Biggie, Tupac, Biggie. If you want to go further, Easy, the West Coast, because you gotta remember those old artists, they had play. Jay was
yeah,
behind them. He came in that era. You
yeah.
got to think about it.
Oh,
You're competing against the old art, Nas, Illmatic.
yeah, yeah. See, okay, to a degree, you got a point. I'll say this, right? Okay. The main reason why Reasonable Doubt was slept on back in 1996 is because it was ahead of its time.
Yeah, it was.
See, Jay-Z at that time, that's when Jay-Z came out with that, he tried to bring back that whole flamboyant type of style, that flashy type of style.
Right.
And in hip hop at that time, being flashy and flamboyant was not being flashy and flamboyant in hip hop at that time was not popular. People still like that hardcore, in your face, raw dog type of style in hip hop. The only rapper that was able to get away with being flamboyant was Biggie Smalls,
Right.
and
That's
Big
so
L a
true.
little bit. But
Yeah, yeah.
every other rapper, they was not being flamboyant. You had to be in your face and raw, like Wu-Tang Clan,
Yeah.
Tupac.
Tupac.
Tupac, Nas was
And,
raw
yeah,
at that
and
time.
and then the West Coast rappers, all you had was, I wouldn't say easy, but like Ice Cube and
Yeah, Ice Cube.
former MW. It's a handful, and then you got the higher goods like Dale. Like they underground. But I'm just saying, like if you was those guys, like you said, I agree with you. Big L and Biggie was kind of flashy, but they did had hard lyrics. They
Yeah,
had
they
hard
had
lyrics.
hard lyrics. Yeah, they
If
mixed
you
it.
really listen to them, if you really listen to them hard with the
Yes.
lyrics.
Yes,
Yeah.
they did. They had hard lyrics, so they sort of like they knew how to mix a little bit of that street and that raw dog type of persona in
Right.
their album. Yeah, so they had hard lyrics. So, but when Reasonable Doubt came out, you see, Third Ward, he read my mind. When
Yeah.
Reasonable Doubt came out, it was like extremely the type of style that Reasonable Doubt promoted was this extremely flamboyant and flashy style in which hip hop, for the most part, wasn't down with yet at that time. Hip hop was still at that time, at that era, for the most part, it was still about being raw and in your face and hardcore. That's what it
Mhm.
was. But like I said, it wasn't until like 2001, 2002
Right.
when Jay-Z's first Blueprint album came out, he started speaking about Reasonable Doubt, and people went back and listened to Reasonable Doubt and said, "Oh shit, that album's hot."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He had some good songs. I remember he had a song called Jigga and like nigga, like he had some decent hits. I
Oh,
mean,
that was the Rough
yeah.
Rider compilation. It was like
Yeah,
Jigga, what's the
all
motherfucking
that.
name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some I forget one of his verses, like, oh man, them songs, like I wasn't big on him, but I
Mhm.
respected his pen. I mean, he's good. He's like in between, but the businessman side, that's what
Yeah.
I got respect from. That's only I don't look at him as like the rapper, but he knew his lane. He knew he was gonna do something. He used rap as a hustle and use it
Mhm.
right. I mean, I'm sorry, he was, I hate to say, he was like Drake before Drake. Drake tried to be like him. He's that model, but people forget Jay battled the best dudes. He understand. He's from Brooklyn. You ought to know you gotta be down like that. And he knew Biggie and
Mhm.
knew all them guys. But in New York, my dad said this, yeah, New York has got everything. Like I think Mace said this too. He said, yeah, y'all have entertainment besides sports. You have politics, yes, the Empire State. I mean, the culture
Mhm.
itself. And it's hard to leave that if you're from New York. Now, I do see them move out of state and things like that, but they tell you if you stay there, you got to be productive. That's the thing about New
Yes.
York.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point. So,
Yeah.
especially that city. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a
You have to be productive. You have to be productive. You have to have that go getter mentality in New York. That go getter / hustles mentality in New York.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's like the whole Northeast, and where I noticed with Philly dudes, yeah, same thing. That's
Yeah.
I don't want to say the brotherly love, but I'm saying like the whole Pennsylvania state. That's basically what it is. I mean, I
Yes.
don't care what nobody said, especially the whole East Coast in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
You just forget it. And DC's the same way too, but it's in
Yeah.
the South.
Yeah.
But or I try to tell Kuda, yeah,
It's
you
like
in
in
the South
between.
and the say, yeah,
Well,
it's in
well,
between.
it's like okay, it's considered mid-Atlantic. DC, Washington D.C., Virginia, and Maryland is
Yeah,
considered the mid-Atlantic. So
mid Atlantic.
you're in the middle. Basically, they're
Yeah,
in the borderline between North and South.
yeah. I was trying to tell them that, like, yeah, in a way, in y'all's mind, y'all think y'all Southern from New York, but I try to tell them this, but y'all basically up north, like mid Atlantic. I said the same thing to him. Like, most Southerners don't look at DC as the South, even though he's going by
No.
the 13 colonies perspective from 18th century. I try to tell him in the South, where I'm from originally, we don't look at each other like that. I had to realize that when I lived in Georgia, and everybody told me, you live in the East Coast, sir. And they let me know because, yeah, you're in the Southeast, but you're also in the East Coast in a way because that time zone, yeah, Atlanta's got connections to the Carolinas and certain states connected to it because Georgia, it's sitting on a couple of states. That's it. And outside in Florida, that's it. But outside of that, see, my state where I'm from, it's connected to all southern states. So in a way, yeah, I'm in the mid South because I'm
Yeah.
part of the middle part of Middle Tennessee. Now East Tennessee, that's close to, I would say, the Carolinas because of the timeline.
Yeah.
It's only two timelines in that state, and that's only it. But when you go to Atlanta, like the whole Georgia, yeah, that's
One
straight up
time
Eastern
zone.
time. Yeah, one time
Yeah.
zone. It's deep because
Yeah.
Southern people told me that. Yeah, Georgia can be the South, but it's also the East Coast too. People forget because of timeline, and it took me a while. And I've been in this Eastern timeline for like decades now. If I go up New York, it's the same. So if you take a flight or
Yeah.
whatever,
I
and
mean,
it's interesting
yeah. I
though.
mean, the South. I think the South take up what about 3 time zones? If you talk
Yeah,
about the entire southern regions, it
yeah,
takes up about 3 time zones, right?
you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Two to
about
three
it.
time zones. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. I mean, it's the Southeast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Southeast. You know what's so funny? Pimp C was talking about that. I remember on there was a there was a radio station, right? From Atlanta, and Pimp C, he's from Houston. He was over in Houston. He was speaking to these Atlanta radio DJs on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "Aren't you guys in Atlanta? Aren't you guys the East Coast?" And the host was like, "Yeah, but on the southern side of the map."
Southern side of the
Yeah, on
map.
the
Yeah.
southern side of the map. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Uh there well, I just answered that. I was trying to say
yeah.
like
That's
these
not the South.
we know it's not the South, but we're saying like most people like Kuda and them, they think they're from the South, but we try to tell them it's not so you're basically East Coast. That's how most Southern people think. And yeah, we know Georgia is too, but 9 out of 10, when they look at Atlanta, they think about the East Coast. They don't look at it as more Southern because a lot of people has been transplants. We talked about that in the 5 hour stream. Like it's a big difference, man. Like living here versus back home is a big leap because you see a lot of people now. If you move outside of Georgia, you go to the Carolinas, you're off the coast like the Atlantic. So yeah, they got beaches and stuff. I said, well, the Carolinas got
Yeah, I
beaches. I
mean,
know, and I forget Florida. And now California is different, Pacific Ocean. They say if you ever go out there, yeah, it's the salt
yeah.
water. It's all salt water.
I mean, Georgia is the South. I mean, Atlanta, that is the South. It's the Southeast.
Southeast.
It's the Southeast. So it's both. It's both on the East Coast and in the southern region of the United States. It's the Southeast. It's still the South.
Yeah.
It's still the South. It's just Southeast. You have the Southwest, the Mid South, and the Southeast.
Yeah.
But yeah, Washington D.C. is not the South.
No.
What Kuda's assuming that Washington D.C. is the South?
No, he's going by the, like I hate to say it's like the American Revolutionary War. At one time, there was no such thing as the South. It was like D.C. and certain parts, like it ended up in Georgia because of the East Coast. The time zone, right? But they changed that because when the states were founded, that's what they thought back then. But they was wrong because D.C. was just new at the time. It wasn't really. It was remember Maryland. There was no such thing as DC, but it was Maryland and all those places. Yeah, parts of the history. If you go up there, yeah, it's true in Virginia. But he has to understand. Rest of the South is like up somewhere in the middle, close to East Coast. And most Southern people don't look at it like that. No, we think our state is.
Yeah, even people up north don't look at DC as the South. They look at it as
Yeah.
the Northeast or the Mid Atlantic.
Right, right. That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, that's how we look.
See, the thing is, DC, Virginia, and Maryland. Nah, those are not the South. Even though Maryland and Virginia, they fought for the Confederacy. They were part of the Confederacy during the Civil War. You know that, right?
Right.
Yeah, they were. So, and not only that, because they fought for the Southern Confederacy in the Civil War, they had that same Southern mindset. So during Jim Crow, you also saw a lot of segregation in Virginia and DC. But so there's a Southern mindset in not DC, Maryland. There was segregation in Maryland and Virginia. So So to a degree, Maryland and Virginia have a Southern mindset. Like if you were to go to Virginia, you'll see like a Southern type of accent when they speak. You will hear it.
Right.
So there is a Southern mentality in Virginia and in Maryland. But geographically speaking, they're not the South.
Right. That's what I was trying to say. I agree with Thurwood on that.
Yeah, they do have a Southern mentality, but geographically speaking, they're not the South.
Right.
Yeah. And DC is definitely not the South.
Nah.
Washington, DC is definitely not the South.
People get that confused though, because they think of, I don't want to say Maine and all that. Yeah, a lot of people do, but most Southern people don't think that either. No, because we look at that as up north or the East Coast and whatever. Yeah. But people get it confused because they forget that, before the Civil War and all that, once upon a time that was that's a long time ago. That's when America was brand new, got away from the British, territories. And, yeah. He said, even though I'm from Houston, I got a family in Richmond. And sir, yeah. I get you, Thurwood, but we're saying like that's how most people think. And I try to tell them and correct them now, because when we think of the South, I think of Texas, I think of Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, Carolinas is different. Yeah. Yeah, same up here. Yeah, but you got some people that think like that. See, they got to get out of this 18th century mindset of how old America used to be. When you study history, you got to pay attention. They trick you with those states right there, like you say, Maryland, Virginia, and DC. DC is fairly new. It's not what people think. The original capital of America was Philadelphia. I mean, they forget. Yeah, yes. They forget that. They forget that. And the reason they got away from Philadelphia because it's so cold, they didn't want to go up there, because the states where I come from gets cold too in the Mid-South. They moved it to DC off the coast, close to the South in a way.
Yes, because it is a lot warmer in DC.
Yeah.
DC gets cold, but not as cold as Philadelphia and New York.
Nah, exactly.
Once you hit that Pennsylvania region, that Pennsylvania, New Jersey region, that's when you feel that cold. That's when you feel that cold in the wintertime.
Yeah, it's just like in New York, you up out of there. You in Massachusetts somewhere cold. That's a different type of cold. That's the East Coast. Yeah. I feel it in Georgia too. When we get that snow, we get y'all snow when it gets cold. When people get snowed in, that's the East Coast snow. But if we had enough of it, these dudes wouldn't even last. Their tires be blue, like in AutoZone. My uncle was saying, like back in the day in Tennessee, when he remember those AutoZone stories. When the tires be running blue, and then they had to change us. Oh man, in the snow, and it's fun. It's some funny shit. And he be telling me them stories. Like he said, them Georgians are so far behind, man. With the snow, because we get it all the time from up in Chicago in the middle part of Tennessee. I'll never forget in the 90s, and it was hell. Growing up, I understand the cold. I've been in 0-degree weather. I've been in the teens, windshield, you name it. But New York has. Yeah, in Tennessee and Georgia a little bit. When they had the snow spurts, they do that. But where you from is normal because y'all used to it.
Right. It's normal. Yeah.
We ain't built like that down here because I don't want to say climate change, but that's part of the world.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Damn, I never knew Georgia and Tennessee would get that cold. I know
Yeah,
they
borrow
at times
states.
y'all get cold. I know at that time y'all get they get cold in these places, but I never knew they get
Yeah,
that cold in
they
0-degree
borrow
weather.
snow from other places, like I would say the Midwest, other states like Ohio, especially some from DC. If DC don't get cold weather, it comes down here and it migrates. Just like New York, because snow patterns like the rainfall, like the tornado, it's just everywhere. Like they say inclement weather. That's when they talk about this. Oh shit, it's gonna get cold, and people start panicking. Georgia, they just shut everything down. But Tennessee don't do that. They still go to work and shovel the snow and the ice. Yeah, those ice trucks. Yeah, because we get a lot of ice, but 9 out of 10 we do get heavy snow if it gets that bad in the winter. Now this winter, I don't know if it's gonna be bad this year. That's gonna be some hell, man.
In Georgia, y'all get heavy snow in Georgia?
Sometimes in different years, not all the time, but Tennessee gets that a lot. It's seasonal because we get rain a lot. I'm originally from Tennessee. I know because it rains a lot, and 9 out of 10 when it gets cold, like in November, it starts snowing. I'm like, yeah, because we had that Midwestern like snow, like the middle part of it. The East Tennessee, you do get the East Coast snow from Philly, whatever. I try to tell you, it's weird like that, but it's the way it's sitting on the land. It's inland.
Yeah.
But Georgia's got that East Coast like field snow, like in New York or Boston somewhere, because they're borrowing winter stuff. That's the thing, and people don't know that. When it come down there, now most Northerners say, "No, it ain't cold enough for you because it's decent." But you go where you from, yeah, you have ice in your eyes. I heard this from Bunker. I said, "Oh shit, I didn't know that." You get cold and ice.
If it gets too cold,
Golly.
Your eyelashes end up freezing if it gets too cold. That you talking about like close to 0-degree weather when that happens.
Up
like
there where you from, woo.
My eyelashes barely freeze, but what's so ironic about the East Coast weather is that when it's summertime, it gets hot as hell.
Yes, I agree with that.
It gets super cold in the wintertime. But in the summertime, it's hot as hell. Like this past July, damn, it was terrible. You could ask Rashawn. This past July, damn, it was terrible. I'm talking about the humidity. At one point in time in New York, the humidity was so high that it felt like 110 degrees. And this is a normal summer. This is a normal New York summer. Now, so far in August, it's supposed to be hottest month of the year, but we didn't get that type of humidity yet in August because of all the rain that happened within the past 2 weeks. We had a lot of rain, so the humidity kind of went down.
So, we had a lot of rain in July, like mid-July. It was hot in one part of 4th of July. It didn't rain 4th of July, but in August it was hot. It was hot as hell. Woo! It's still gonna be hot because we get some from the West Coast too, because a lot of heat travels. I'm like, oh shit. Right. Yeah, September's gonna be hot. The early part of September, Labor is gonna get hot.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, New York, man, we get some hot ass summers. Boy.
It's gone 1Gs.
But earlier today, I stopped by Aegon's live stream, right?
Right.
And you had Jessica X and Lawrence Guy and other people. You know who Lawrence Guy is, right?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah. It was Lawrence Guy with Smooth, Aegon, and a few other people, Blaze of Stampede, and they were speaking about the whole Spencer Holman situation. About him trademarking the Black Manosphere. So I came up and I asked a question. I said, what the hell is the weak ass black? I said, what power does the weak ass Black Manosphere have to stop what Spencer Holman is doing?
Nothing.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, exactly. But Jessica X, her answer was, well, we can withdraw our support, from his magazine. So I said, hold on. Yeah, I said, hold on. I said, who's supporting his magazine anyway, outside of the quote unquote masculine mercenaries? Who in the manosphere is supporting this magazine?
Not that many.
Exactly. That's how we concluded, not that many. So I said, okay, in order to withdraw support, that means you have to give support in the first place. So if there's not that many people giving support, then that means there's no room for anyone withdrawing support. So you can't
Exactly.
utilize that as an answer.
Right.
We have no power to stop that shit.
Yeah.
And
On to yes, Shango and them other guys, they support, but there ain't that many. Even some of the white ministers, they probably support the magazine. They know who AM is. But you know,
but
and he said it,
but
he did a live stream on it too. He said the same thing. I have no power over that magazine, and he shut that shit down.
But what I'm trying to say is this: at the end of the day, right? So
Right.
you heard me. You've been hearing me speak on YouTube for basically way over a decade, right?
Right. Go ahead.
How many times have I told black males that we have to come together and establish a level of power for ourselves, right?
Right. I would
So,
say about 16 years or more than that. Almost
a
17
little
years.
less than 14 years, 13 to
14
14 years. Yeah,
years.
but
Yeah.
it'll about to be 16 years pretty soon. Shoot.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like this: these motherfuckers are crying over some goddamn trademark, but yet we as so-called black males, we have way bigger problems to worry about than some motherfucking trademark of a goddamn label. Okay, we got bigger fish to fry. So we have to put ourselves in a position of power so we can solve these issues that black males are going through out there in the real world. Once again, we have a crime issue that's high amongst black males. We have a high incarceration issue. We have a high unemployment issue amongst black males. We have a health crisis amongst black males, where a lot of us, we're just fucking unhealthy. Excuse my language. You know, we have this case when it comes to education, how a lot of black boys have a very, very low reading level. A lot of black boys are reading way below their grade level. So what I'm saying is we have bigger things to worry about than somebody trademarking the name of a damn online space that ain't doing shit anyway.
Right. And I said this before on a different panel too. And like, dude addressed the guy, you know, angry. He addressed that I have nothing to do with that Madison or Spencer Holman. They try to blame him for it. Don't blame him because yeah, he messes with him, but he has no power of that trademark thing. That's his idea. And he's been in the spaces for years and studied 1.0 talk. And he even said, because even though he's cool with Soul and Black, and he called himself and said, hey, I ain't responding. If I would have had the power, if whoever gave him the power, he'd cut all you niggas off. You know, the ones that had problems with him, y'all had been gone. Even Jessica X, and they deleted her super chat. She tried to plead with Angry Man. He had Ramil on the panel. He told him, "No, Ramil, it ain't what you think it is." Yeah, you can tell him take your name out the magazine, but you're gonna look stupid if he gives it to somebody else. You know, and he was crying. Along with O'Shea trying to say, I'm gonna sabotage, telling this to the doctor. All right, keep on. And what happens if he gives the legends, the 1.0, the ones with respect, and the ones that you don't know who's gonna buy that, and read what the 10 life values I told you about DS1 and them try to plan. And they trying to say it's for all of the sphere, they ain't have no control over that. The same message you've been pushing, Wack, like the stuff about the boys, the health, the diabetes. I was in her stream, right? Kendrick Crystal Cure's stream, right? Kendra, right? She said the same thing you said and told them, no, we need to study about that. And they have health problems and they take a game. This is new herbal thing that helps them in, and it does work. And there's other options out there that work. See, you don't know if this is going to be a thing because of the pandemic and things like that. A lot of people are not taking the shots. Well, this is a counter, reactive. The space is just one thing. It is individual, but eventually you got to put it out in the field. And that's basically what I'm saying with what Ronan say. He comes from 1.0 and he'll tell you the same thing. And they're tired of hearing these gender war topics. Everybody's tired, even Third Ward.
Yeah. My thing, but my thing is this, or Third Ward asked a very good question. Why didn't niggas trademark the name of this space when these content creators started making money and getting their channel monetized and getting exactly. That's a very good question.
That's a great question.
That's a very good question.
Excellent, Third Ward.
What I don't understand, right, is that okay, you got a lot of people, the ones in the so-called black manosphere who's against this quote unquote trademark thing. They pretending as if they're fighting a virtuous battle when most of them have no virtue within them whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you know how many times people in this space done disrespected people for no reason. You know, they talking about, you know, done threaten people. They done troll people, dox people.
Right.
But then when this guy came around and trademarked the name, now they're trying to get everybody in the manosphere to go against it and trying to make it seem as if they're fighting a virtuous battle. There's nothing virtuous about these motherfuckers.
None of them.
They and oh, hold on. I know I got a lot to say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I don't mean to
And
cut you off.
no, you good, brother. And not only that, okay, but now they're trying to say that being that the Spencer Holmes character is in the process of trademarking the name Black Manosphere, that he's calling himself the creator of the Black Manosphere. So people are accusing him of trying to rewrite history. So when I heard people making that accusation about him, I'm like, wait a minute. This is the same space who tried to rewrite history last year when they claimed that Angry Man, O'Shea Duke Jackson, and Obsidian are the founding fathers of this space. Come on, man. And so, but you know, goddamn well that the founding fathers of this space existed in 2008.
Right. And even Angry Man knows that. He said the same thing.
Yeah,
He didn't want to say it on the live stream, but he knows he's cool with Soul and Black, and he knows he comes from that wall of silence shit. They were all students, and he let it slip up because the talking points he knows it goes back to that. And then people try to question. No, he respects Soul and Black because he be in his the chat room because I know.
Yeah, Angry Man have been saying that for years about who's the true founding fathers of this space. But at the same time, you have people. I'm not saying Angry Man is saying that, but still, a lot of people in this space are still stating that Angry Man, Obsidian, and O'Shea Duke Jackson was the founding fathers of this space. So basically, when they say that, they're trying to rewrite history, but hypocritically, they're trying to accuse this Spencer Holman character of rewriting history. So they're projecting.
Yeah, they're projecting, and the reason I hate to say this, his followers are so gullible. They don't know the history of you, Soul and Black, Pink Elephant. I can go on, and guys, or before that, the Black earlier spaces before his master, and I don't want to say Randy because he was around. He knew Sergeant Willie Pete. They know each other. Certain talking points they had to pump and dump, and he confirmed that Ramil watched this shit because Ramil was too young to understand that you stole another man's talking points, and that's a LA term, by the way. He stole that to popularize it and think that's his, but dude, it ain't yours. You got it from Randy. He says it all the time on his channel, and he confirmed that. I said, God damn.
Oh, really, Randy? So Randy came out with the pump and dump.
Yeah, that was his term. It's a LA term. He explained it because he's from LA. And he'll tell you if he's on this panel. He'll tell you if he watches my shit. And I told Randy, you always welcome. That nigga stole the shit, and that just shows you that Ramil is just nothing but like anybody else. And I think Taz called him a human trafficker and all this shit. It's just a lot on him. You know, Ramil can get doxxed and exposed any day. I ain't hating on him or anything, but Ramil, you got to chill, bro, because Saint Sin's going to come at your head with that bullshit you be talking about. And he cried because Angry Man respected him, and I think the doctor put his name in the magazine. He got emotional because he got his own business. Well, I don't know what type of business he got. I don't know if it's legit, but dude, you need to chill. Like, you lost my respect when you showed your cool against the doctor and then try to gang up on. And this is what Kuda's talking about. Yeah, we know the main person is stirring up shit, but he ain't the only one. It's a lot of
O'Shea. My thing is, okay, but what I'm trying to say is, like, regardless of that, what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people in this sphere who is going against this guy, they're pretending as if they're fighting for what is right. They pretending as if they're people that stand up for what is right, when a lot of people in this space has a history of doing a lot of fucked up shit to people. I mean, remember, this is the same space,
right?
That supports, I agree. That supports known criminals who have been found guilty of sexually abusing females,
right,
of assaulting females, stuff like that. And now, when something like this happened, you guys want to galvanize the whole entire Black management to go against this guy as if you're doing something righteous. I just don't get the hypocrisy behind that.
The double talk.
The double talk. And not only that, when it comes to this, when this guy in his magazine, when he mentioned people's names, right? one of the arguments that people have is that this person, Spencer Holman, should have gotten permission from each of the content creators in the Black Manosphere before putting their names in the magazine. Technically speaking, he does not have to do that.
Facts.
Like, for example, Sir Obadiah, somebody could write an article in the magazine on the blog and speak about you and me right now, having this live stream right now. They don't need our permission to do that. We can't bring them to court and press any charges on them. Why? Because anybody have the right to make an article and make a statement about us. The only thing that someone does not have the right to do is lie about us. Because if someone writes an article and literally lie about you, right, you can bring them to court for libel. All right. But outside of that, if someone just mentions you, if someone's writing an article and they mention you and what they mention about you is true, there's nothing you could do about it. A motherfucker don't need your permission to write your name in the article and mention you. So I don't get why people are upset at that. You know, don't we do that all the time in the manosphere? We motherfucking copy and paste other people's fucking videos, or we even mention other people's names when we make videos. So it's doing the same motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
I don't know when people in other videos mention my name, no one asks me for my permission.
Exactly. That's happened to me a couple of times, but I'm saying, like, Angry said the same thing. I have no control of that. And he said about he stopped mentioning people when he had problems with. He's done. He's doing his shit and then move on. But see what it is, Spencer. That's his thing. That's his idea. The women just gave him permission. Yeah, they helped him write it. They didn't have no control. No, it's not run by feminists. That's a lie. He busted down. Grinch got upset and said, no, this is for the whole space. We stepping aside. This is your next. He put the blame on 3.0 and Obsidian too. Because see, Obsidian don't want to deal with them niggas because he knew what this was about to happen. See, they can't stand O'Shea. O'Shea wants to sabotage. You're a saboteur. DS1 called you out on it. You're a saboteur. Quit crying, quit complaining, quit trying to be heroes. And then Ramil tried to do a stream, doing live streams, ridiculous. And DJ Kudo was laughing at him, trying to tell him, look, it's the same shit that you don't want to organize. Everybody wants the same thing, but they just want to point the fingers. He did this, he did that. And like, y'all doing the same shit. And I told Jessica, stop all that lying, man.
And let me tell you this, Sir, with Yahoo, right? Is that okay? The real reason why a lot of people are against what Spencer Holman is doing is because they haven't taken the time to get to know him to decide if they like him or not.
Facts.
BC, because in this space, people are very subjective. It's all about whether someone likes you or don't like you.
Popularity contest.
Popularity contest, or even I like him, I like her contest, right?
Right.
So I'll say this. If somebody in the Black Manosphere, right, outside of Angry Man, who people like, trademark the name, people who like that person is not going to have a problem. Like, I'll just take out someone. Let's just say, for example, right? Let's say if Man of Tomorrow decided to do what Spencer Holmes did, right? I'm being hypothetical. So hypothetically speaking, if Man of Tomorrow decided to do what Spencer Holmes did and trademark the Black Manosphere, everybody who likes Man of Tomorrow will support what Man of Tomorrow is doing. Everybody who don't like Man of Tomorrow will make the same stupid ass arguments. Like, I'll take another person. Let's say Zero. If Zero decided to do that instead of Spencer Holmes, hypothetically speaking, everybody in the space that likes Zero will support Zero in doing this, but everybody who don't like Zero will turn around and try to label Zero as the bad guy, that he's stealing somebody else's idea and all this other bullshit. If BGS Ibmore, hypothetically speaking, decided to trademark the name Black Manosphere, then everyone that liked BGS Ibmore will support BGS Ibmore, saying, well, he's the master teacher. He deserves to trademark the name Black Manosphere. He's been in here for this long. But then all the people who don't like BGS Ibmore will say, well, no, that's not right. He didn't have Angry Man's permission to do it. He didn't. So the reason why a lot of people are against Spencer Holman is because they don't know him enough to decide if they like him or not. See, because in this space, The only way people will agree with something that you say is if they like you. If they don't like you or haven't known you long enough to decide to like you, they'll go against you automatically. So it's a I like him, I like her type of contest, which is some
Right,
bitch ass
right.
shit.
Yeah. But
You know.
even if I don't like the person, I will say God bless him. You know, that's your thing. Even
Right.
whoever, like, and I said, even with MOT, I said, look, that's your thing. We ain't on good terms now, but I told him, you do your thing. I may support from the distance. And I tell him that I'm not gonna sabotage it. I'm worried about me. I
Right.
ain't worried about you. And that's what it is. You know, even my problems with Fantastic and others, I let them do them. You know, I don't care about the numbers. I care about the mess of these young boys that's struggling, and I don't give a damn what they do. They can buy into this game versus not BS by that little boy Hammer. I still blame him and certain others, but
Mhm.
Kuda was in the midst of it. He shouldn't have gave him that bad advice, but I told him, look, you try to help the boy. You should have told him this. I told him this. Get an education. And I still blame the elders too for this too,
That's
because
what I
they
say.
goaded it. You know, they goaded him for that. See, Kuda didn't have to do all the heavy lifting. And you know, the general told Kuda, he told him, do your own thing. You're an entertainer. That's your goal. That's your gift. You do that, you know. And he tried to tell him,
Yeah.
stop mentioning other people. And I told him the same thing, because if you have problems, you know, just go your separate way. See, O'Shea likes to do, he is a saboteur. That's why I don't like him in Obsidian more than Angry Man, because the attitudes stink, man. This is why you create guys that fucking up spaces, but they ain't the only ones. You know, as black
Yeah.
men, we can't agree on anything or disagree on anything that's
Right.
tangible, you know. And that's what bothers me
Right.
about this new space. But you know, I'm just being me and doing my own content, you know, and that's it.
Right.
You know, if I piece it out, I'll be loyal to that. But if they want to, they can come here. But I'm just saying, for me, I'm not gonna sabotage no man on this damn internet. I
Right.
ain't got time for that. I'm too big for
Right.
that. Yeah.
Right.
And he said,
Motherfucker.
sound mind, yeah, facts. There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. Sound mind facts. Dude, we got bigger things to worry about, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown ass man. I got things in my I got so many things in my private life that I'm working on and have worked on to worry about sabotaging another person from the internet that I don't even know in real life. Are you kidding me? See,
Yeah.
people like that got too much time in their hands where they try to sabotage others. But at the same time, you got to understand, with some people on here, this is their whole life.
Yeah.
This is their
I,
whole life.
I I try to do things outside of the internet, even though it's
Yeah, you have
sometimes
to.
locked in. And you know, I move around, and sometimes when I turn this off, I don't think about none of you. Now I think about
No.
you as like a good friend or whatever, or
Right.
kuda whoever, you know, like content. That's cool.
Right.
But outside of that, I'm thinking about myself, how I get better, health, and
Right.
all that stuff. And the reason I go over there in most of the certain places, I just feel comfortable. And not just him, but he's got guys I like what's his name, Justy Andre. He's cool with
Okay.
me and others, and
Right.
you know, different people. I'm not just somebody is gonna pick sides a lot. You know what I mean? Because I
Right.
talk to different people. You know, for 1.0, whoever. But if they like my message, I got this chat room. I'm well balanced. I'm one of those people. I'm not be the most liked, but I'm okay with that. I accept who
Right.
I am growing up, and I've been this way for years. And I told this to Kuda,
Right.
that's who I am. Yeah, I may be the bad guy to some people, but it happens. Everybody has that mentality. And then Angry Man said himself, yeah, you know, it happens. But you got haters, these little trolls on all of everybody's, you know, the guys you mentioned have
Hmm.
trolls on all sides, like the double talk and circle jerk and their
Hmm.
weird cryptic messages. You come over here, I'm knocking your head off over here. Yes, you're gonna get blocked and then timed out over here, because I know what y'all do. Y'all stir up strife. Then you use Jessica as bait, and she confirmed what happened to what else in March. You instigated that shit. You wanted that shit. That's why I don't respect her no more. Like, I get what Tasi's come from, because we don't know who she is. She never cams up and do nothing. That's the less shit. And I try to tell Sexy Red, just if you ever want to do that, do your thing, but don't try to be sexual, you know, provocative, you know, because don't be like these other women, man. Because some of these women are bold. What I've learned is they're bold. If they want to come on pounds, it's cool. If it's on the topic, I told this to General, keep it on topic. You know, no
Right.
no gender stuff. I don't do that over here. You know, I don't blame Toxic, because the reason is you talk about gender politics and gender identity politics, it is a waste of time, because it's about the boys end of the day, you know, to
Yes.
production and all that other stuff. You know, I'm willing
Yes.
to do that instead of that, because that is so redundant. We already know she's this and that. We discussed that 5 hours of stream. I can talk about that like 12 hours. Like, Kuda's tired of that shit. He wants to do something there. I told him, well, talk about this. Talk about your music. Talk about your gear.
Right.
You talk about different things. You don't have to talk about that. I mean, it's a radio station. I see his talent right there. There you go. Go connect with those rappers, learn something, you know what I'm saying? Be a journalist,
Yeah,
and I look at everybody's talents. I look at your talents. What you got your own talents. I got mine.
Right.
What it is,
Right.
we're so stuck on one thing, on the circle jerking of gender politics. I've noticed, and Thurwood keeps saying, yeah, it gets redundant. You got to be different, man. You got to be evergreen. Like I said before on this content, evergreen versus stagnation content. And that's it,
Right. Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Good point. Yeah. You got to be evergreen. Right. And going back, you made a point. Dang, you made a point. Oh, yeah. I like you made a point that I really like what you said. You said something in regards to, even if you don't get along with someone on here, you're not going to waste your time trying to sabotage them. You just wish them the best. Hell, we might not get along. We might not, really communicate like that. But hey, I wish you the best. You go your way, I go my way. And what I'm saying about that is I thought that's what we have to do as men.
Yeah, you have to.
If we don't get along, or if we can't come to an agreement, we could just say, you know what? I go my way, you go your way. I wish you the best of luck. I'm not going to try to sabotage you. You don't sabotage me. Okay, if we can't get along, fine. You go your way, I go my way. The best of luck. As men, I thought that's what we're supposed to do. So I don't get this whole concept where you got individuals on here that's trying to. Well, actually, I do get it. So I'm just being facetious when I say I don't get it. But you got these males here that's trying their hard to sabotage other people, not knowing that you could risk going to prison if you're trying to sabotage somebody. Certain things that they try to do is against the damn law, and they don't really know that. But like I said before, this is all that they have. A lot of these people on here, this is all that they have, and it's sad because, man, it's sad. Listen, I'll say like this, man. There's no way in hell I could rely on YouTube for money.
Facts.
YouTube for some people, it'll be smart if someone use YouTube as a side hustle.
Yeah.
But if you got people here that's a full-time YouTuber, so that means that they solely or fully reliant on YouTube in order for them to eat and keep a roof over their head. When they're in that position, they'll do just about anything to make sure that they stay on top.
Yeah.
Understand that. Yeah. So when you see these YouTubers trying to sabotage other YouTubers, just look at them and realize, okay, are they full-time YouTubers who's fully reliant on this for survival? If they are, then that's the reason why they're doing it.
Right. And it's a lot of not in this space, outside of space. I said this over the Kuda. Like, he has different platforms. He go on like Anchor and things like that. I told him I go on different platforms too. This ain't my life. I use that as a hobby to help others and whatever. If I decide to get monetization, I'll use it for good and then go somewhere else, because this is just one base. This ain't it.
Right.
If it shuts down, Google, you can't trust Google because Google's controlled by the government, man. Because Alex Jones let it slip, and I get it, because people say, "Oh, this is my life." No, it's like a corporate job in a way if you work alongside with them, because they determine how your content is. I understand the trademark thing by Hallman, to protect the other side of the master, but actually the big goal is to hold men's space on both sides. The thing is, he knows that. Sandman just pressure him. What you guys doing? They be watching and sneak soaking, but hey. We about for the boys, you know what I'm saying, for both races, but the black man is important. The young kids coming up, the next generation, you got to put in the work, and they all about that. That's why I follow certain people now, but if they're about it, that's good. Like, go ahead and do it, but I'm not going to sabotage a person. I ain't got time. I got too much on my plate to work on myself and try and find something to do, and that's it. I'm being more productive out here.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be productive. You're supposed to be so focused on you and your life that you don't have the time nor the energy to worry about total strangers that you don't know nor will probably ever meet on damn YouTube.
Right.
Well, I was doing that trying to sabotage. Nah, man, I don't have the time nor the energy for that, man.
Hell,
And
I
like
can't
you
do that
said,
for I can't do that for 12 hours.
right, right. Listen, I can't do that for 2 hours.
Right.
You know, listen, I got bigger fishes to fry.
Right.
I got bigger fishes to fry. Please. You
And
know,
I'll give you another one. I can't do that for 60 hours. Shouts out to NT. He did a 60-hour live stream, like did another one like combined of 11 hours. I can't do that. I don't have no time constraints. If we're all locked in, yeah, that's easy. But I ain't trying to do that every 4 days. I mean, now Cuda on the other hand, he's an entertainer. He done cut back on a lot of stuff. He can't even do that. Yeah, he said some days I won't do 4-hour live streams instead of 6 or 8 or 11. Because he's gonna be busy because he's got projects. Like I told him, go ahead and do it. You got the talent. Don't let these niggas tell you on the panel what to do because they ain't got no content. And what I've noticed, the panelists are the worst. When they don't have content, like you said, they daily lives and they get it from other means and then spend their whole that is the super chat's one of the worst things ever been. And I've noticed something like these people just wow, just wow.
these motherfuckers would just do anything for a super chat, man.
Right. Wow.
They'll just coon and buffoon for a super chat. Oh my gosh, man. The things
It's
that
even
people will do
worse.
for $2.
Yeah.
The
It's
things that
worse
people
than on
do
the
for
other.
$2.
It's
Go ahead.
worse on the other side of the other sphere too, like over 1,000 and I just
Oh,
can't do
really?
it, man. Yeah,
Wow.
over there, and that's what Kuda told me over the middle. Yeah, it's structured, but still, if it's structured, who wants to pay that? The
Right.
same old shit, They talking about gender politics too. You don't want that, on both. That's bad on the whole sphere. When I saw ARC over at Melly's, he's trying to tell him, look, this is bullshit. Like he told it to Aaron Found, look, you can't think like that nowadays. You got to move different out
Right.
here.
Right.
you know?
It's but the thing is, it's man, these it's crazy out here, man. It's crazy. The thing is that like I see people doing streams for 8, 9, 11, 12. You know how I stream, man.
About
I
two
don't stream for
hours, an
that long.
hour, or 2 hours the most. Now, if it's a good stream, you can do 4 hours. I usually
Yeah,
stream an
but
hour or
but me,
two. Yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, but with me, mostly 1 or 2 hours, and that's it. I ain't got that sort of time in my hands to be streaming all day long. I got shit I gotta do. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Shit.
If the most I did, I would say that 5 hours was a great shit. We was talking about a real topic was
Yeah,
bass. But 4 hours is my limit. I told this to Tazi, that's my limit. That's the longest I ever go because I'm capable. If I talk that long, that's before, as I said. Now, if it's like 2 to 3 hours, I'm good. That's why I
yeah,
do my streams at night. Now, sometimes day streams is too easy. It's easy to do 8 hours.
right.
Shit, that's easy.
Wow, it's easy to
Anybody
do
can do
8 hours.
that.
Oh wow,
Yeah, if you're talking
I can't
and
do
talking
that.
about different topics, I'm talking about different topics. If you're that
Yeah,
skilled, yeah, that's broadcasting.
yeah, yeah.
Now,
If you,
yeah, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, yeah. If you, yeah, it's one thing if you having a good conversation and a good stream, and you keeping the and you be keeping the conversation going. But to consistently create streams for hours and hours and hours, I just can't do that. I'm not here to trying to talk bad about anybody who does. More power to the next person who's able to do that on a consistent basis. More
Yeah.
power to them. Personally,
Um,
I'm
I
just
know.
not able to do that.
Yeah, I can name several guys that I listen to. Mace does the sports. What did Kuda said? Platinum's like the strip club because of his topics, and he baits guys to do it. He usually does. At one time it was 4 hours, but he went up to 8. But he's on vacation right now, so he ain't doing no streams. So good for him. He took a break, and that's a
Oh,
good
okay.
thing. And Islam usually do a lot of hours, and he cut down to 4. Kuda is still doing 8 to 11 because the entertain. He's trying to find his niche, but eventually he's gonna do 4. When the fall comes, he's cutting it back. And I understand he's got a 24-hour live stream thing. He done did it before with music, so he's on a whole nother plane. And then I told him, shouts out to him, do your thing, do your thing. Don't worry about this drama bullshit. Everybody's doing their own thing.
Yeah,
You know,
he needs to follow. Okay, I'm not saying copy his style, but I'm talking about the technique. He needs to follow the DJ academic type of technique.
yeah, he
You
can
know what
do
I'm
that.
saying?
He can
Yeah,
do that.
the
The
formula.
news. Yeah,
Yeah, the
that's what he's
formula.
trying to
Yeah, the
do.
news. Do that. Follow that formula because like him, he wants to do entertainment, and he's the type of guy he could get the attention of the younger generation.
Yeah, that's what he
Yeah,
said on his channel, and I told
yeah,
him that's a niche market. Now he
yeah,
likes DJ academics, like to say, if you ever meet him in an interview, you from DC, like he's.
yeah.
I think he used to live in Florida. Yeah, see, he know what to
Yeah,
do.
yeah, it's like do that. Do the entertainment stuff and blow up, man. Because
Yeah.
this space ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
This
And
space
we
is
talk
gone.
about it all the time. I told him, look, you're better off doing what Gully TV does, like the entertainment, the interviews, the journalism, and write a book about your stories. And that's best to be in that lane. Like the gear and stuff he talks about, what people don't like him. Well, he has a different way of looking at things, but that's him. And we disagree sometimes. Like as men, I got the best out of all of the people in this space. I got the best out of them. I hate to say that because I got the best out of him. A lot of information because I'm learning about
Right.
these people. Like okay, and I learn about myself. But see, I'm doing my own thing too because I ain't trying to be like him. I'll take some things, but I try to tell him I ain't trying to copy you because I've been here longer. Because we've been here longer. He
Right.
understands that who creates what. I mean, Anger Man's got the jewels. Try to tell him, look, do your thing and move on. And just like the general, he's got elders on his panel sometimes. It's a balance of young and old, and despite the women, that's just entertainment. He ain't really care for like that. I know he's in a relationship, but he don't want to dox her. I said you shouldn't. You smart, you moving smart. Because
Yeah,
he's
my
a
thing.
younger, yeah, he's a year younger than me, so I understand where he's coming from. So
My thing is this: he has all this high grade equipment, high grade sound and video equipment. He should focus on, like you said, uh, uh focus on doing content that's going to attract a bigger market, like entertainment.
right, what's going
And
on,
he
Irv?
got and like I said, he got the equipment to do that because in YouTube, part of attracting a bigger audience is the quality of the equipment you use so you could have better sound and video quality. That comes all into part if you want to, be more popular and whatever. That's what you focused on. And do the entertainment thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, do
I
that because
learned.
because the thing is what people like. Listen, unfortunately, in this fucking space, there's a lot of fucking losers.
Right, 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 right.
And these
Exactly.
losers want to bring you down and shit like that. I know a brother who used to be in this space,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's making content in a totally different uh, uh community, and he's real big and real popular in that space. And he's making some good money in that space. He said, "Man, I left that." He keep telling me when I be speaking, he was like, "Yo, man, I left that black sector of YouTube alone. That shit ain't going nowhere. What I'm doing right now on the other side of YouTube, that's where it's at." I like, brother, I don't blame you.
I don't blame you either.
Yeah, because
He used to be
the
in this space. What era of Manosphere?
what era?
Yeah.
Like around the 2008, 2009
Oh,
era.
1.0. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't blame him.
1.0.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a lot of them left. Yeah.
yeah,
And I said some of the 2.0 guys left too.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think Justin Yonder, he's a small channel. He only used to be over at BGS. And I asked him about it. He used to be over at BGS a lot. He's doing his own thing to channel. He had Cerulean on there. He challenged Big J's little criticism of the video he did with the TMHC, but I wouldn't trust him if I was Big J because they evil, man. They fuck with Slug Cherry. I call it Slug. She's like a slug. Man. And
So
Kuda went, yeah, Kuda went at
you said what? Big J shouldn't trust who?
that group because they cool with Bomb Cherry. Like,
Which
Bomb
group you
Cherry's looking
talking
for
about?
Oh,
TMHC, the
yeah, I
TMHC
can't I
group. Oh
can't
yeah,
stand them. Yeah. That's
yeah.
what happened to Celeste. And then they was hanging with Bomb Cherry, Kiki, haha. And then Kuda said this on the panel. He went at Bomb Cherry. They thought they was cool until they interviewed and he tried to tell her she can't even remember. I know she always want to go at KS this, the men. And he learned his lesson. They all learn their lessons. That's what Psycho Candy said this on the panel when I had a stream. And he admitted, yeah, shit, they got me. But that's what happens, like you live
They
and you learn.
Okay, what did he mean by that when he said they got me?
He thought like being over there is cool with the women. Them women ain't gonna let you speak, especially if you're a man. They washed up, like you said, losers. Like that goes for men
Yeah.
and women here. Each
Oh
space.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So for so many years, I try to galvanize so-called black males on here to let's come together and let's establish a level of political, economic, and social independence for so we could be self-sufficient and we could help build ourselves as men and build our communities back up. And brothers don't want to do that. They just want to sit here and complain about females all day
Right.
or all night. I'm like, what's the point in that?
What's
You
the
want to
end
sit there
goal?
and just complain. What's the end goal? You want to sit there and complain. The fuck out of here. That's just some old bullshit. So
Yeah.
when I was on Agon's stream earlier today,
Right.
I left and my last words was fuck the weak ass black manosphere. Yeah. Because this has become a weak ass space full of weak ass niggas, man. I can't respect that shit.
And the audience are to blame for all sides, really. And
Yes.
that's why I look at, not just Ramil, but in Kuda's chat, you got these weird trolls. And I know he don't care. I don't care either, but they're to blame. And he said the same thing. Yeah, they're the problem. They ain't got no content. And Red Supreme said this. How
Yeah.
can you start a live stream, but you ain't got no pre-records? I got plenty. I know how to do
Same
that.
here. Same here.
Yeah, it's sad. I can get cameras. That's easy. I told Kuda I'm getting better cameras too. I upgraded certain things. Yeah, this microphone is just one of many, but I can do the headset. I've done this without a microphone. Ain't nothing wrong. It's just a little small upgrade. That's just like, hey, I'm an audio person. I don't have to cam up. I cam up every once in a while, but I tell them, look, everybody's different, man. I ain't trying to be famous off this shit. I'm just trying to help certain people, but it's cool. But he's giving me certain advice if I get there, but I won't always stick to my message. I ain't trying to sell out like that. Nah, I don't need the fame. That's this whole purpose of this video. Can it hurt you in the long run? And I answered, I said yes. Some people say no. You know what I mean? It's a choice, That's why I did this stream. But the next stream, it's just gonna be a Friday chill stream. Y'all can say what y'all want. That can be an open panel, but I'm trying to be different with my content and conversation, less manosphere talk. I try to be different. I'll talk about it and I know what's going on and I mess with certain people and I let them be them. You know what I mean? We disagree a few times, but we're still brothers, like they give me some information and I learn a lot from it and I learn from myself, I take some and I take my own advice. That's what you try to do as a person. Yes, I read certain scriptures I want, but I read half of them, to make sure I'm on par, but it's okay. But I can't say it in this space. Oh, you teach the scripture, you take the boat.
Right.
Yeah, you got a lot of atheists in this space. I noticed that in the newer manosphere, and I said, I can't teach that shit.
Yeah, a lot of atheists in the space.
Yeah, I can't do that.
You believe in magic. You believe in magic.
Yeah. I'm like, come
on. On that bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay. As far as the topic of discussion,
right? Go ahead.
Can fame hurt you in the long run? It depends upon what someone is famous for.
Right.
If someone is famous for something that's not so positive, that's not so good, like Infamous, of course it's going to hurt them in the long run. As long as someone's famous and they receive their fame the right way and they then it's not going to hurt them in the long run. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, right? Kevin Samuels, KS. I'll just say KS, sorry. KS, right?
Right.
His fame in the long run is going to hurt him. I've always said that, he's going to be more and more famous, but in the long run, it's going to hurt him because he's doing this thing for the wrong reason. Because he's not really fighting for men. He's not really doing that. He's pretending as if he is. He's out for his own agenda. And it's going to be exposed and it's going to hurt him in the long run.
Oh, yeah. Angerman said the same thing about that. He said if he mentions his name or anybody in this space, even you, he's done. He's done.
Yeah.
He's done. And a lot of people don't, and I told this to no, he's done. Like, he has to have 5 million to save his ass right now.
Yeah. You have to realize the moment, because I say this, I'm still saying this.
Mm-hmm.
KS will have his own talk show in network television, and he'll be doing cameos in a few films in the future, right?
Right.
So it's like, but the thing is, like Big J said, what Big J predicted will come true.
Right.
When he predicted that once KS, his name becomes in network television,
Right.
someone is going to do research on him, deep research on him, and realize that he's connected to this space. And then when people do research on this space and see a lot of the extremists that's within this space, they're going to use that to hurt KS, saying that, hey, KS came from this online community named the Manosphere, and the Manosphere is filled with people who quote unquote hate women. And they're
Yeah.
going to do that Aaron Fountain thing, take video clips of a lot of the extremists and put 1 or 2 seconds of the video clips and show the extremist statements that they make and connect that to KS. And boom, KS is going to fucking fall down. So KS is, so the reason why I'm using KS, I'm using him as an example as someone whose fame will backfire on him, because what he's doing, he's not doing it for the right reasons. He's doing it for his own personal agenda.
Right.
And whenever you do something for your own personal agenda, it will always bite you back in the ass,
Of
So
course.
fame can hurt people in the long run if they're famous for the wrong reasons and achieving fame the wrong way.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And I said this before. I told this on a Players already. I told him, like, he's gonna get 5 million. A lot of people try to say he ain't gonna get 5 million. No, he's that type of dude that'll get
Yeah.
that type of subscribers. Because
Yeah.
the more he ignores his space, he'll be successful. Yeah, he's doing it for the wrong reason. I don't like his style of talking points he done stole from everybody. I don't care if it came from whoever, from the Player Talk, us, Angry Man. What he did is he figured out Sergeant Willie Peten's style and used it in a suit because it's a finesse world. The problem is,
Yes.
if he does get exposed, and what the media is gonna find, well, these guys, those are their talking points. Here's what they're gonna do. They're gonna be like Aaron Fountain. It's gonna flip it. It's sort of like that, but here's the embarrassment. If they interview us by one, what you think about it, they ain't gonna put us in jail or anything. They say, what you think about it? Be positive. And most people that say they like KS, they may throw him under the bus because they want the fame, and that's the sad part too.
Yeah,
And that's the scary part too, because he ain't got no protection, because nobody likes Kevin. Now he's playing this smart, playing chess not to acknowledge him.
right.
Now, if they wanted to, or whoever wanted to, yeah, they would throw, because Angry Man always had problems with KS students talking about, because they know each other from panels, right? And they know. The problem is, if KS ever mentions him, and he knows this, or me, or whatever, he's done. Because what I think of him is obvious. Yeah, he's a narcissist. He's this and that. And what's her name? SWB exposed him. Yeah, she exposed. And the reason why he didn't respond to her is the truth. He finessed his way to get where he's at in Atlanta, and he's from Oklahoma, and he lied about his college degree. I told my mom this. Yeah, that dude is a fraud, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even care for that.
SWP?
No, SWB, this woman named Spiritual Whistleblower, she exposed Kevin for being a narc, right?
Oh, okay.
And he heard her pre-record. And what bothered him about it was true. Like, it wasn't no just man hate stuff. They exposing what he's, like you said, he's in it for the wrong reason. A lot of people don't like KS, and I know. And you got these followers from the Roger Report and everywhere else, and Angry Man gets tired of this. The Kevin fans a lot worse than, even Tommy said, a lot worse than theirs. And that just shows you. And then Kudo and said, no, they're weirdos. They're weirdos from the East Side. Even from the mainstream manosphere, whoever, and then the whole world of YouTube. And it's scary. Other platforms, you got a lot of weirdos. And like I said, on YouTube, he's gonna get 5 million or 10 million. If he ignores the space, he's good. As long as you don't acknowledge Angry Man or you or whoever, he's up out of there. Because you're gonna have one force. I will take his spot and get 5 million, and then the white man's gonna. Here you go. Same pattern. He's setting a standard for finesse men that want to be like that.
Yes.
And that's not good. That's not good. That's bad for us.
Yes.
Imaging.
Right. And there was a point I was going to make. Oh, yeah. Okay. Like for for the KS stands, right? The KS stands. they don't really like him neither.
Yeah, on the
They're
low.
just they're just clout chasing. They're just
Mhm.
riding the they're just trying to ride the KS wave to hopefully get some traction themselves.
So the
That's
wheels
it.
fall off. Yeah.
Till the wheels
Mhm.
fall off. That's it. The moment KS, let's say, okay, hypothetically speaking, if KS is no longer or no longer has the popularity that he has now, and someone else replaces him, in which that's going to happen eventually, you know,
Right.
and someone else replaces him, guess what? They're going to roll on that new replacement bandwagon. It's just like, remember, when Tommy first, when Tommy was like the biggest thing on Black YouTube or YouTube in general, how many people in this sector rode the Tommy Sotomayor bandwagon?
A lot.
Now,
A lot.
Tommy Soto, a lot. Now, Tommy Sotomayor is not as hot as he once was. Kevin Samuels, the new sheriff in town. So now everyone a lot of people hopped off the Tommy Sotomayor wave and hopped on the KS wave. So they left the TS and hopped on the KS. And in a few years, when someone else comes in and replaces KS, people are going to hop off the KS wave and hop on that new guy's wave. That's how it is. People are just using this is what just like what people did to TS, people are just using KS's name to build fame for themselves. That is it.
Mhm.
That it's a hustle. They're finessing too. KS is
Yeah.
finessing, and the stands are finessing too, and they're just utilizing KS's name to try to increase their fame because they can't do it on their own.
Right. And that's the
So
whole point. And like, there's a lot of stands that don't like, and they'll flip it. It's just like in sports. And I
yeah,
get what you're saying, and you're correct because that's what they're gonna do. And I've seen this before on YouTube. Y'all can't fool me.
yeah, yeah. We've been listen, sir. We've been here long enough. We've seen it. All it is history repeating itself.
Right. Right.
Yeah, all it is history repeating itself.
Yeah.
That's it.
Even Fasten said the same thing over there over Kudos. So yeah, it repeats itself. He knows. Like it's sad, but like a lot of people just paranoid.
Yeah,
That he done blew up, and then the general. I talk to a lot of people, and then outside of that, even with Rashawn, I try to tell. Yeah, we seen this. You've been here a little longer too in 2012. You ought to know that this is a pattern, and the
yeah,
more new people come in, they got to say. I told them it's normal. I say this over at Platts Chat a lot. It's normal, sir. It's
yeah.
very normal.
It's very normal. It's just history repeating itself. But sir, I have to go.
All right.
So it was great speaking with you. Thank you
Not a
for inviting me.
problem. Yeah, you're always welcome over here. And yeah, always. Yeah, I may have to shut this down. So yeah, I have
Yeah.
to get some rest.
All right, sir. Keep doing your thing, man.
All
All right.
right. Same to you, man.
All right. Good night and shalom.
All right. Good night. Shalom. Peace. Yeah, man. It's been a good stream. So I appreciate you came through. Let's say past $40. Appreciate you coming sound monitor, Sean. No, he's tired. Third board. Come on in. I got a stream Friday night stream tomorrow. I'm gonna do the third shift. Over there, I might sleep in the clouds. One G's. What's going on, man? Who else came through? I think we did come through. Yeah, that's it. That's the new that came in. What's the name? Yeah, new came. And Damien, the new subscriber, appreciate you for coming through. You're always welcome. One G's. Yeah, okay. Queen, appreciate you. All right. So with that.